Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Fellowship of the D20. It is on like a polyhedron. We are diving back into Descent into Avernus, and I will hand it on over to Greg for the intro.
Thanks, Mike. When we began last week, our party was in Baldur's Gate in the Church of Saren Ray, still mourning the loss of Houdunnit, still debating the apparent three-way split amongst the afterlives that happened on his departure. Boja was reporting to, I would say, her superiors in the church, but she seems to outrank them all by nature of her experience with Saren Ray. And Bjorn was hunting for alcohol while Cirrus was hunting for a way the hell out of the city. After some debate and discussion and a nice meal provided by the church, debating various ways to sneak out, walk out, fight out, whatever, Boja came up with the very clever idea of simply chartering a ship to Candlekeep, because that's a thing that happens in Baldur's Gate. And her contacts in the church were able to put us in touch with a captain who does, in fact, make that trip on a regular basis for supplies. As a result, we were able to leave Baldur's Gate without incident, which flies in the face of everything anyone who's seen prior episodes of this podcast knows about. But it worked.
Never doubt the champion of the goddess.
With the blessing of the goddess.
Sometimes violence is not the answer.
Violence is always the
I'll pretend that
answer.
well, actually, I say that fairly often. Usually it's not openly walking out and saying goodbye either. After a few days at sea, there was some commotion on deck, and the Phandalin 4 noticed the crew of the Sea Serpent escorting a stowaway to the plank, a stowaway in a black cloak who was carting along a large skull. The party intervened because, of course, they did. And this stowaway in a black cloak turned out to be 3 kobolds standing on one another's shoulders with a story, a purpose, and an echo. And thus the party met Eeny, Meeny, Miny, who was hunting information to destroy the very death tyrant that struck down Houdunnit in such a cowardly fashion. I actually took him down in a fair fight, but that's how Cirrus chooses to remember it.
I approve.
Either Bourne or Luthria, I confess I don't recall which, even though I watched it, paid the toll.
Actually,
I'm sorry?
Actually, both of them paid the 10 silver for his price.
Yep.
Okay, good. That explains why I couldn't remember it. But the fare was paid. The captain shrugged, said, "He's your problem now." And we heard the story of Eeny Meeny's tribe and how the death tyrant had killed them and taken their caves, the caverns near which we encountered them outside of Baldur's Gate. So we all got along, continued to talk. All was well until ominous clouds began approaching on the horizon. And pirates, a ship approached under a black flag. As it neared, and we could see on deck, we saw that it was crewed by pirates with glowing red eyes, soon enough identified to be vampires, who were led by the lovely Jackie D'Antonio, whom we had missed just so much.
The treacherous D'Antonio.
The treacherous Jackie D'Antonio.
That's right.
I was trying to be nice. Divorce.
Oh, come on. Y'all want to know the bitch that keeps on coming after us.
Yes, there you go.
All right.
She's our stalker.
Right. Phandalin 5 was noticed a ship closing in fast under a black flag, crewed by vampire pirates, a few wizards, a pile of bones later revealed to be a jackalage, and the stalker bitch Jackie D'Antonio, who cannot know for an answer. She closed in and battle. Well, the ships closed in and battle was won. The vampires, interestingly enough, as they got hit on their ship before they started making their way to ours, misted, hit the water, and turned into ghost sharks. So we should expect a copyright notice from the Sci-Fi Network any day now. The pile of bones assembled itself into a blue Dracolich at the words of Jackie D'Antonio, which set Eenie Meenie into a frenzy, not out of fear, not out of reverence, but because he worships Tiamat and considers Dracolich to be such an abomination against dragonkind.
Wow.
And so the Dracolich flew over to our ship, vampires misting all over the place and popping up. Jackie made her way over, and she and Cirrus took turns striking at people and hiding between raindrops. The three kobolds merged into one-ish and managed to knock the Dracolich out of the air, not once, but twice. In the fierce battle beyond, the wizards threw fireballs. Bjorn threw arrows at the wizards. The wizards died instead of misting away. Pirates were misting away all over the place. The Dracolich was breathing thunderbolts and fire.
Was it very, very frightening?
That's right.
It was going to be, except I said fire. Well, I should have said lightning, and I just didn't want to go without the rhyme.
It's all right.
Eventually, after Eenie and Bjorn had bashed the Dracolich down, Eleutheria got the finishing blow on it. Cirrus got the last shot on Jackie D'Antonio, who swore once again that she would be back. I don't even remember who finished off the pirates, but I'm pretty sure the last few just bolted when they realized what was good for them.
Well, once Eni made his way over to the ship, the wizards did not enjoy that face-to-face combat.
Yeah. And I think that Jackie also didn't like me smiting her after I finally got tired of her hiding tricks.
True enough. So our crew made their way over to Jackie's ship, found the chest, and before anyone could make a move, Eenie Meenie walked up and opened it and got blown across the room for his trouble. Discovered quite a lot of platinum, an interesting book that Cirrus grabbed that we have not yet studied, and a writ of a 350,000 gold piece bounty placed on the Phandalin 5 from Lord Neverember, which we added to our increasingly long list of reasons why that dude just has to die. So now
Bjorn has to kill him.
So now we have 2 ships, half a cowardly crew, headed towards Candlekeep, and that's where we stand.
Awesome. So, thank you so much for that. As you were left last time, as you said, you were on the ship there. So, half of you were on this other ship that you have claimed. It's odd ship because it appears to be. Everybody, give me if you have this, give me an Arcana check, please.
I can do that.
That will not be me. Not anymore.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got a 20 and I can bump it up.
I'm going to bump mine too. It's 20, but 22.
All right. As you're aboard the ship, every now and then you see that the ship looks like it is falling apart, like pieces of wood rot together. But if you look close, like little pieces of rotten wood falling out and stuff like that, and then the ship seems to be putting itself together, which is unusual. There is a faint magical aura emanating from somewhere within the ship. You are correct in saying that you also found the letters of mark, you found the platinum pieces, you found the note, and you did find a book, though you are not certain what this book is because you have not examined it yet.
Did the makers of this boat happen to also make a Chevy?
Yes, they did. They also made the Pinto. So
Yeah.
All right.
The skin wrap book does have a lock on it as well.
yes, it
Yeah.
does.
We have Cirrus with us, so a lock.
Yep.
The Cirrus is going
I'm more
sit
concerned
down.
about it being the Necronomicon once you open it.
What were we trying to say?
Well, there's only one way to find out. Cirrus is going to sit for a moment and cast Detect Magic.
All right.
Okay. You're gonna cast Detect Magic just in general.
Yeah, first I'm going to look at the book, and then I want to see if I can find a strong aura on the ship.
If you don't want to use a spell slot, I can cast it as a ritual unless you have it.
I got it as a ritual as well.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. You cast it. The book itself does not appear to be radiating magic, but the clasp that is keeping the book shut does. You also detect a faint aura of magic emanating out in waves across the whole of the ship from somewhere towards the front of the ship.
I will go towards the fore of the ship.
Okay.
I'll keep behind him just in case there's something there.
As you approach the front of the ship, there's something. It is from outside the ship. You get to the very front of the ship where it curves together and meets there in the prow or whatever the bow of the ship. I guess that's right. And there is a wave of faint waves of magic coming backwards that way through the bow of the ship. So
I stand on the bow and I say, "I'm the king of the world." Oh,
I do
sorry.
and you are immediately drawn naked. So
Like one of my French girls.
yes.
It's
Wow,
been
look at
86
the
years, Bjorn.
Look at the prow on that ship. That's not a prow,
Yes.
but it's something to be proud of.
Yes. So you're not
Yeah.
sure. Yes.
With my Detect Magic, can I get the School of Magic from either the bow of the ship or the clasp of the book?
The class of the book is evocation magic.
Of course it is.
Yep. No
The prow of the ship, there are numerous magical auras out there. The aura that is going out in waves is a restoration aura.
Oh.
But
No,
there are
I thought-
other magical auras in front of you as well.
Cirrus will just turn to the others and say that there's literally a spell holding the ship together, and once it ends, I think the whole thing is just going to sink.
Yeah.
If it
Lovely.
ends. Most spells end,
Yeah.
as far as I know. I'm new at this. All things end.
Who's the guy driving the ship?
There's no one driving this ship.
Yeah. Right now, the ships are tied off together with rope. Once Jackie left, it seems that she was controlling the storms, so the storms have passed. It is a relatively clear night because you were attacked at night because vampires, of course. And so you're sailing with the two ships kind of bound together with ropes that are tied off at the moment. And one of the sailors from the other ship came off, and they're carefully navigating to make sure the ships are moving in tandem at the moment. But it's a tricky procedure. You don't want to stay like this for too long. You want to either separate or whatever it is you're going to do, because the chances of the two ships hitting each other is pretty high.
Okay.
When Jackie misted, was that it? Did anything fall to the ground? Clothing, equipment, hairpins?
No.
Okay.
She
Is there? Yeah. Right.
she noped out. So
I was going to ask, is there anything left of the Dracolich, or did it like fall in the water, or what?
Yeah, it hit the water and then you Eldritch blasted it. So
yeah, it's gone. It's 20,000 leagues under the sea. You could go down there if you want, but
No, not without Houdunnit.
it looks
from the Kraken.
it looks clear if you want to try. So
No,
okay,
not that undead yet.
all right.
Didn't you say this book was bound in skin
Yes, it is
and only the clasp is magical?
correct.
I'm going to cut the clasp off of it.
Oh. Outside the box thinking.
Okay. Let me think about that for a second.
I have leather working.
Right. I'm just thinking about what you've done. You cut the clasp or the folding part, the leather part of it, and it severs itself and begins to bleed. And as you're cutting it, it begins to try and stitch itself back together.
Oh my god.
Okay, if you release the clasp, I'll stop cutting you as I continue cutting it.
You're talking to a book, and as you talk to the book mends itself, but the blood remains. It's just blood, but
The blood.
you have
stays
blood
on
on
the blade.
if you're holding the book, you've got blood on yourself. If the book was on the table, there's blood on the table.
It's on the table, but
Yeah,
it
I'm
was
taking a few
it's healing
steps back.
itself. It's healing itself faster than I can cut it.
No, if you were sitting there talking to the book going, I'll stop cutting you, and you took a moment to say that, like you stopped.
I said as I continue cutting it.
Oh no, you cut through it. But by the time you get to the other end, the tendrils on where you first cut it are trying to weave themselves back together. So you could
Not
open it at this point. Okay. So you open up the book.
Yeah, Sears just looks around. Are you guys seeing this?
I'm trying not to.
Eni is totally not paying attention. He's still caressing the platinum bars.
Yeah, I'm just
All right.
I'm like, don't tempt me, Frodo.
You open the book. As you open it, you don't open it right to the first page because of the way you were cutting it, but it immediately flips over and lands on the title page.
Can I read it?
Do you want to read it?
You've never read Lovecraft.
It's a it's a title page. I'm looking at it. Is it a language I know?
Are you reading it?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a
We all go a
Constitution
little
save,
mad
please.
sometimes.
At a +5 because I'm right there. $28.
Okay. You feel a pressure building up in your brain as there is only one word on the front page. It says apocalypto.
Great movie.
It is a good movie.
Okay.
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
Mel
put the
Gibson's
clasp
coming to
back
help us though.
and see if it knits itself back up.
Give me a wisdom save first, please.
+5.
Yep.
You're in the aura.
21.
You intend to close the book and find that you've turned the page.
Okay.
You read the next page, the first title, and you actually take in the whole first page of the book in seconds. The title at the top of the page, and this is only for you right now, so everybody knows, unless they're psychically linked to you, and then we could have some. Is everybody psychically linked right now?
Yeah, but that's only communication. It's not like they
think
see
you
what I
ever-
see.
I don't think you ever psychically linked with Eenie Meenie.
Oh no, not Eni.
Yeah.
I
I don't remember you psychically linking with us since we got on the boat.
No,
We were
you
communicating during the fight.
All right.
guys
So-
linked up.
Yeah, we were.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because we were pointing out where Jackie was.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So the first page, the first title is "This is the Prophecy of Elphas." Chapter 1 on the vivisection of Corellin and the death of the elves.
Whoa. The vivisection of a god? What?
I mean, I'm just, I don't even know how much I'm aware of at this point. So I'll do it.
And you take it all in, and it details plots within plots, and you're not sure when it was supposed to happen, but this is only the first page, and you are absolutely enthralled. Go ahead and give me another wisdom save. Or what do you want to do?
Oh,
I guess
damn.
that's a...
You knew what I want to do. I'm reading.
Didn't you watch
Okay.
Evil Dead, man?
14.
All right, you turn the page again, reading faster. Meanwhile, all of you see Cirrus devour the first page, and he flips almost with inhuman speed to the second page.
Sarah,
continues
is
to
that
read.
affecting you?
What, Eleuthera?
Is the book affecting you?
No, it's just really interesting.
You seem to be reading normally fast.
You tend to find really dangerous things really interesting.
And this is also
Maybe
an
we
evil
should take
book.
that book.
that apparently knows how to heal damage from itself. I'm a little worried.
All right. Go ahead, give me another wisdom save.
Okay, 24.
You
Damn.
flip the page again, and this time you're actually absorbing the words. Give me a perception check, anyone who's within 5 feet of Cirrus, please.
I can do that.
I don't know, how big is the ship? How big is the boat?
And I have advantage.
Oh, it's long, so
Oh,
it's huge.
I'm still on the bow doing my Leonardo DiCaprio.
All right,
Oh,
then
I
you
credit
are-
that thing.
All right. You notice that the words are beginning to seep off the page and onto his skin.
Oh,
Okay.
Fuck me in the goat ass.
Cirrus, get off that book now. And
I tried to take the book from
yeah.
Cirrus.
Yeah.
I thought you said you were on the other end of the ship, Mike.
Yeah, sure. You're being Rose over there. So
Okay.
be Rose and look pretty right now.
All right. Okay.
So what's my state of mind now?
You are absolutely clear. In fact, you feel like you are reaching enlightenment. I mean, you are getting insight into the maneuvers of the gods, things that you long suspected that the gods were doing behind all of our backs. Is being proven that the Elven Pantheon has politics and backstabbing and dealing and everything going on, and how Loth is going to rise again and use other members of the Anti-Sahedron to come, and there will be a great war. And this is just the first chapter of this book, and you can't get enough of what you're reading.
Not saying
Okay.
it's aliens, but it's
Okay,
aliens.
but I caught enough of that. So let me rephrase this. Am I in my own mind right now?
Yes.
All right.
Except that unless you want to
Alutria.
try and stop reading.
Yes.
So
Get the clasp. I can't stop reading this.
All right, I'm going to try to get the clasp.
I walk up and cast Greater Restoration on Cirrus.
he's
Now, just FYI, I'm making no attempt to stop reading. I'm just telling them effectively how to stop.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm getting the clasp.
That's
Great
why I
overlap.
This
asked
is where we first met.
where my mind was.
Can you describe Greater Restoration for me again?
Yes, you imbue a creature you touch with positive energy to undo a debilitating effect. You can reduce the target's exhaustion level by 1 or end one of the following effects on the target. One effect that charmed or petrified the target. One curse, including the target's attunement to a curse magic item. Any reduction to one of the target's ability scores. One effect reducing the target's hit point maximum.
Okay. As Boja casts Greater Restoration on you, Cirrus, you still find that the book is incredibly interesting. The words retreat back onto the page and slithering off your hand. You still want to read the book because of the interest level, but you don't feel a compulsion to read that you weren't even aware of.
I'll close it and put the clasp back and see if it knits.
Yeah,
It's
I got
right
the
back
clasp.
together and close and heals. None the worse for wear.
Oh man, like legit Clive Barker's Books of Blood right there.
I knew this book was evil.
Elves are dicks.
Yeah.
We're all books of blood. When we're open, we're red.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah. And that's leaving out my people. They're worse.
That's actually a Clyde Barker quote. I didn't make that up.
I love it.
Yeah, your people don't come off well in that book either, Eleuthera.
I suspected not.
All right. So, all right. So the book is closed and looking at you. It's not really looking at you, but it's proverbially looking at you.
I'll put it in my pack. I will put it in my
Okay.
pack.
All right. Make a note that you have the book Apocalypto by the sage Alphaz. So,
So saith the wise Alonzo.
yes. Meanwhile, there is still a shirt-cocking Rose at the front of the bow of the ship, and there is something emanating, some magical force emanating from the ship. Are you actually like doing a Rose on the bow of the ship out there? Are you?
No,
you
I'm
sure?
just talking shit.
Oh no! If you are, that's fine. I just need to know where you are so I know what to tell you at the moment. So,
I'm at the bow of the ship.
okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
Your best ability.
Yeah, I'm really good at this. Six.
Wow.
You're
A flying
you're on
fish
normal roll.
jumped up out of the water and smacked into your Bjornness. And you might have noticed something, except you were too concerned by the fact that a fish had the audacity to smack into it. And so you pissed in its general direction and missed whatever you might have seen. So
Lovely. Yeah.
and the ship rolls on. So
All right. Yeah.
As cool as this is serious, as cool as the self-healing ship is, I do worry that the spells holding it together might fail, and I don't know what other spells are going on. So if we have passage to Candlekeep, I would suggest we loose this ship and scuttle it from a distance.
Yeah, I would say like make sure that we've seen everything there is to see, take everything there is to take, and then board the other ship and then cast it off.
I look over the bow of the ship and see if I can see the fish in the water.
you do. Give me another perception check.
Okay.
All right. I'm just about to join Bjorn as we do that, so I can look. Okay.
16.
Bjorn, as you look over the side of the ship, and you're fascinated with the what you're seeing. Yes. Huh?
Did the one who got hit by the fish do a dexterity check?
Okay. My spawner in here giving me ideas, so
I was about to say they better not be telling you evil stuff to do.
they are telling me evil stuff to do. So
Back.
I'm sorry.
Back.
Kill them all.
More evil than diagrams for the vivisection of the elven gods.
I fail. I fall into the ocean.
yep. Yes, the spawner in here giving me ideas. So
Yo, progeny of evil.
Stay here for this.
you peer over the side of the ship. You get a splinter in an unpleasant place, but that focuses your attention, and you notice the glint of metal. There's something embedded into the front of the ship.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and help him look at that.
I lost the fish.
Yeah, the fish disappeared because you were too disturbed by the
The
splinter.
splinter
and
in my penis.
Yeah, and evidently Eleuthria is coming over to help you deal with that. And yeah, and
I
Go
didn't
ahead
know we
and
were
get-
so close, Eleuthria.
give me a dexterity check. So
All right.
no, not you, Bjorn.
Oh,
Mr.
well, you
Splinterman.
still get a +5.
Give you a what check?
It's
Hey,
a
while,
check.
while you guys are
Okay.
while you guys are looking over the rail, see if there are any shark-headed ghosts swimming alongside the ship still.
I got an 8.
13.
And the spawn,
13.
Steve,
the
aura-
spawns.
The aura is for saving throws, not ability checks.
I thought he said dexterity check. Yeah.
Right, check, not saving throw.
Oh.
Check.
Oh.
Yes.
Skill
and
check.
The spawns strike again. As you are looking at this, and you notice you had the pain in your groin area. Then you notice the metallic glint. You lose focus on what you're doing,
He's
and
got
next thing you know, all of the rest of you hear a cry from the ship, "Man overboard!" As Bjorn goes for
As
his
Bjorn
swim.
feather falls to the surface of the water.
So let me get this
Okay.
straight. I looked over the bow of the ship and somehow got a splinter on my penis. Then I got so distracted that I somehow magically fell over the side of the ship and am now in the water.
Well, you feather falled into the water, but yes.
Yeah, I
And technically, we're still on the
call
ship
everybody,
that's
let them
only
know
barely
that Bjorn's falling over.
here.
Well, no, he was at the front of the ship, so he basically he's like Wile E. Coyote plastered to the front of the ship right now as it's
Yeah.
going along at 8 knots, 8 miles an hour. So you can make an athletic ship to grab onto the hold of the ship if you want.
Yeah, and I can get you.
So
I'll get
I'm
him a
never
rope
looking
in the
over the
meantime.
side of a fucking ship again.
I'll run
I'm
up,
getting
I'll
the
run
rope.
out to the bow when I hear a man overboard.
You know, Bjorn, you're just kind of heavy, so you tumble over.
All right.
I'm
You
trying to
get-
figure out how I ended up in the water just looking over the side. That's what I'm kind of lost there, but somehow I did.
It was a
You
very
probably
easy
hit a
dex
wave,
check,
dude.
and you rolled an 8.
happened.
That's how you went over. Meanwhile, you failed the athletics check to grab onto the ship and are now being keel hauled reverse style in front of the ship. You are getting the most comprehensive colonic in the history of colonics as you were going butt first into the waves, driving the ship forward with your ass. And more disconcerting than that is that the wood splinter wants to be healed and be part of the ship again, and you feel magic pull it out of the nether regions and stitch it back into the ship. So, but you've got a bird's eye view to see this
What is the metal?
attached to the front of the ship.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, geez.
Shield of the Hidden Lord. Like Waterdeep
Interesting.
Hidden Lords?
There's no way I could tell you that. I wouldn't recognize who that shield was or what.
Nope.
I could barely describe it to you.
You just
There's
see
no
that.
way I could say that's a shield of the hidden lord on the front of the ship. I don't know that. I don't know how
Yeah,
to describe that.
You can
You
say
guys
it's a
might want to
shield.
come over here and check this out. But
Yeah.
be careful. Apparently, looking over this ship can cause you a great amount of damage.
You can also
Okay.
decide for yourself how much you like a high colonic at this point. So that's
All right.
entirely up to you.
Okay.
Maybe I
Yeah.
do. Okay.
Hey, well, Cirrus was running out to the bow, so just let me know when I can see Bjorn.
All right.
All right. Do you look over the
Yeah.
side of the ship?
Yeah.
First,
Don't
I'm
look
the
over
other-
the side of the ship.
First,
You're
I'm
gonna
getting
fall in.
Bjorn a rope.
Give me a dex check. Serious? There's no way Cirrus fails this.
Nope.
Yeah. Cirrus actually jumps down, lands on Bjorn's head, and then jumps back up to the top of the ship. But he gets down there long enough to see the shield embedded in the ship. So
Yeah, Luther, did you say you were coming up here too?
Yes, I did. Yes, I was.
Okay, we can lower Bjorn a rope between the two of us. It shouldn't
Yeah.
be a problem.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I'll move to the ship to help them pull them up.
Oh,
And then
good,
I
because
think
you're
we need-
stronger than me by far.
Yeah,
You're
and
gonna
then we
have
need
to
to figure out what
somehow
to do about the
lower
shield.
it down to me without looking over the side of the boat.
Dude, Cirrus is balancing on the rail. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
Bjorn's never going to let that go. All right. They managed to get Bjorn up on the ship. Bjorn, you get several other splinters, maybe. I don't know. But they leave your body. And you have now seen that there's something metal embedded in the front of the ship. Would you like to look over the side of the ship to see it again?
Fuck no.
So, Bjorn, what was the shiny thing down there?
Like, let's face it, you just threw two of his greatest enemies at him, gravity and water. So
Yeah. Splinters now, too. And I have to say, you can thank the eldest spawn in the house for the gravity thing. So
Yeah.
it was her
Jeez.
idea.
my co
Wood, water, and gravity. You're Bjorn's nemesis.
All right.
She hears me all the way on the other side of her house and runs in here to give me an idea. So
You know what? Your daughters are allowed back in the room because that was hilarious. That was totally worth it.
Hey, Bjorn, what was the shiny thing?
I had basically a river pouring up my ass. You'll pardon me if I was a little distracted.
actually, it was an ocean. So
That is in no way a satisfactory answer to my question.
I didn't notice. You'll pardon me.
but Bjorn, you were thoroughly cleaned out. As you got pulled up, you evacuated everything. You get 5 temporary hit points for the rest of the day. So
Feeling clean for the first time in his life.
He got washed too. Clean
Now that's
inside.
how you deal with polyps in ancient times.
Look at that. That's that roast beef I eat in Triel 3 weeks ago. So look at it.
Ancient magical fantasy colonoscopy.
If you had asked me if I would have ever had to role play a a high colonic in D&D, I would have said no effing way. No, not gonna happen.
Let me interrupt the game just to tell you what one of my players did to me. They're on a ship in this Bermuda Triangle limbo. They're on a stone ship, a floating stone ship, and it's got a Medusa on it and cockatrice and all these things that turn things to stone, right? And one of them is a Gorgon, and one of the dude turns around and casts command. And you know what his effing command word, that asshole?
What?
Masturbate. So my Gorgon fails, and he has to start dry humping the deck of the ship because he only got hands.
Oh, talk about splinters.
You went full Jesse Custer on that gargoyle.
Amen. Let
Rancho.
me write that down for a second. Hold on.
Yeah, that was a good one. I had to give it to him, but at the same time, I was like, I can't believe you're making me describe this now.
It's one word. So
It's one
Yep.
word.
all right. Back to Bjorn. Would you like to go into more detail? Would you like to know more about Bjorn's colonic? So,
I think we'd like to know more about that shield.
I think
Hello.
one of you is going to have to go check it out.
Yeah.
Well, is it like crammed into the? Can I see it now?
give me a dex check.
What? Somebody else to tie off a rope around somebody and just climb down the
Can I
side.
do acrobatics?
Sure.
This ought to be about 1,000.
All right.
All right. You're able to clamber down, holding on to the front of the ship. You can see that the wood, that the shield has been worked into the prow or the front of the ship, so that where the ship would come together normally, it is now part of it is this metal, and then the wood has kind of been formed over the sides of the shield. So,
All right, it's been less than the duration of my detect magic. Are the enchantments emanating from the shield, or is it just in the same?
Oh, yeah.
direction?
they're coming
They're-
out of the shield.
The enchantments around the ship are emanating from the shield.
Yes.
I will tell those with whom I'm psychically linked. There's a shield down here, and I'm pretty sure it's what's emanating the magic that's well, not pretty sure. 60, 40, 50. It might be emanating the spells and holding the things together.
Yeah.
It's definitely emanating magic.
Which means we try to
Actually-
take it out, it's going to break apart the ship, probably.
I don't know what the F I'm looking at, but hey, it looks cool. So, yeah. So,
But there's a shield here, and all of the magic that I can see is emanating from it, and that same magic seems to be holding the ship together. So I will let you draw your own conclusions so that I'm not responsible for what happens next.
give me a wisdom save, Eleuthria.
That is the most CYA answer I've ever heard in a D&D game in my entire
Interesting.
life.
Wisdom save. Okay. I can do that.
I am a thief.
And, yeah. 21.
You feel Bloodthirster on your side recoil and begins moving away from where the shield is.
Oh,
It's moving on your hip. You feel the sword itself actually turning your sword belt around.
Oh. Yeah, I let Chrysaris know this thing is really powerful because my sword does not like it at all. And I'll try to kind of soothe Bloodquencher.
Okay, but
There.
respectfully, isn't your sword kind of evil-ish?
Yes, and so you do your math. I don't know It could be
I wanna
good.
reach out and
It could
touch
be
it.
just another evil that it doesn't like. I don't know.
I want to reach out and touch the shield.
Okay. As you touch the shield, you feel like you're in another place for a moment, and you hear a voice in your mind saying, "Release me."
No one can get into my mind without my permission. My ring of mind shielding.
This is a different way of getting in your mind. It's not psychic, so it feels like it's resonating in your soul.
Okay, shield. You're the second thing to try and screw with my head in the last 5 minutes. So what's your deal?
Release me
Why?
before I am the shield of the hidden Lord, and I have a powerful charge within me that cannot be contained while I am strapped in this evil vessel.
He says he's the shield of the metal lord. I mean the hidden lord, not Bender.
I'm gonna see. Can I check and see if I know that name? If that rings any bells to me at all?
Certainly.
Okay.
While he's doing that, another voice overrides that voice for a moment, and you hear it say, "Sirs, take me to Avernus." This one shakes your soul and causes it to resonate with dark vibrations that feel like fire going over your heart and your brain, burning it from within.
Okay, that's 19 on Arcana.
Yeah, you don't know what this is.
But it's not the voice from the shield.
It was a second voice, but it was from the direction of the shield.
How many of you are? I still have my hand on it. How many of you are in there?
There is only me in here. And then you hear the voice fade away, and then the higher pitched voice says again, "Hurry, take me from this vessel."
Who's the hidden lord? Are you the hidden lord?
No.
Do a
Which
history.
Which voice was that?
Yeah,
That was the nice voice.
I don't think 12's gonna make it.
One of them identified themselves as the shield of the hidden lord. I'm trying to see if I can get something from the other one.
The darker one?
I guess.
Are you going to try and talk to the darker voice within?
Who's the hidden lord? I'm just talking to the shield. Who's the hidden lord hiding from?
The hidden Lord's name cannot be spoken to a mortal, and you would not understand his name anyway.
Is it Kevin?
It is.
That's how we need to talk about him.
Yes.
Oh, no, that was an obscure reference, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
I missed it.
We need to talk about Kevin.
Kevin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, why are there two of you in the shield?
I cannot explain now. I am using all of my energy to keep him within.
Who's he?
And he lets it, you feel the good part retreat for a moment, and you hear a name whispered in the dark voice again. Gargauth.
Gargauth.
Is that the name that can't be said that I wouldn't understand?
No.
All right, time to do a history
Because
check on
it was
Gargauth.
said and I understood it.
All right. What do I check for Gargauth?
You would have to make a religion check. So I don't know. Are you all psychically connected? Because then Jen can make one too. So
Yeah, I'll tell them through the psychic link. It says what somewhere in the shield something is identifying itself as Gargauth.
25.
you know that Gargauth was a pit fiend general of Avernus centuries ago that disappeared.
That is a pit fiend general, Cirrus. Tread carefully.
What? It would hardly be the first pit fiend general that doesn't like me, but point taken.
Yeah, he's from Avernus as well. So
Isn't everyone these days? It's like small world thing. Once you meet one person from Waterdeep, suddenly like every third person you meet is from Waterdeep, except now it's Avernus instead of Waterdeep.
I think
Got it.
I think what Eleuthera was trying to say to you, Sirius, was try not to talk shit to it.
Jeff, I got your
that
whisper.
was implied. Yes.
That's no problem.
Messenger Steve. Sirius will reach his hand back out. Hey, numbnuts, can I talk to the shield again?
Shit.
You hear it growl, and then the shield, it kind of disappears again. The shield is like, have you decided?
No, I'm still trying to understand the societal makeup of the shield in front of me. That sentence was not on my bingo card for the week.
It's like, I do not have that much time anymore. I am bound to the ship, and the ship sucks the energy from me because of that cursed, treacherous Jackie D'Antonia.
Yeah, she is a bitch. If it makes you feel any better, I destroyed her again. That's like 4 times now. With the 5th time, I get an ice cream cone.
Fine. I do not have enough time to give you all of the information, but open your mind to me and I will impart it quickly so that you may do what is right.
Oh, Guato's about to talk.
Sirius is going to psychically wing to the others. This is not going to go well, but give me a moment.
Yeah, I don't trust it either.
Open your
Okay.
mind.
Yes.
Wait.
I got 5 kids to feed. Jackie, get out of
Oh
here. You're
shit,
a miss.
you got me. I ain't even married.
Jackie, you don't got 8 kids.
Sirius just says, okay, shield, hit me.
All right. Give me a
Time is of the essence, Cirrus. Let's play 20 questions first.
give me a I want to say willpower save. I keep going back to
Wisdom
save. Yes.
You live in 5.
All right. Are you secured or did you just do acrobatics?
I'm secured. I secure myself when
Okay.
I come down.
Now he should still be within. He's actually in Steve's aura because this is a saving throw.
Okay. So you're fine. You feel a blast of information overwhelm you. And for a moment, you're transported. Yeah, that's a word. Transported back to a battle that is taking place between celestials, infernals, demons, devils, angels, Asimars, planers, all sorts of being fought across centuries. And there is a general of a celestial general who is slain by Gargoth, but he sacrifices himself, and in so doing, his soul becomes a prison, which encompasses the general and sucks it in and imprisons it, and then is transformed into a shield, his name lost forever, so that no one can undo the enchantment of the shield of the hidden lord.
Damn.
That's a lot. So if I take you off the ship, then you're going to become more powerful?
I will stabilize.
But what if you're lying to me?
Then you are in trouble.
I'll let everyone know through this. Like, hey, the shield says that it is I don't want to say cursed, but transubstantiated form of a celestial general that sacrificed itself in order to imprison Golgath.
My God, that's Gargoth on the other. What was that?
And-
Something's rubbing on somebody's mic.
And if we free it from the
Yeah.
ship, it'll stabilize or something.
So it says. Looks clear.
Yeah. Well, it would explain it being celestial. It would explain why my sword is fighting me on this.
But your sword could also be reacting to the high ranking pit fiend that's imprisoned in here, because it's in there
Yeah,
too.
that's possible, but I think it would be more bothered by the celestial.
I can't help but notice that we would probably be safer all around if we pried the shield off of the ship and just let it sink to the bottom of the sea.
By the way, thanks for letting me know. Give me another wisdom save there, Eleuthera.
Oh, lovely.
Kind of a cool message in the private chat if anybody cares to look.
Okay.
In the private chat?
28.
In the private chat on stream.
Oh, cool.
Hey, neat.
Very nice.
All right. Your sword is begging you to draw it and slice off the entire prow of the ship and sink Sirius, the shield, and everything else to the bottom of the ocean. It's begging you. It is ripping through your mind.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cirrus, whatever you do it quickly. My sword is telling me it wants to destroy the prow of the ship and
Can it
sink
tell you-
sink the whole thing.
Can it tell you which of the two inhabitants of the shield it hates?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and ask Blood Quencher. Blood Quencher, which bothers you more, the celestial or the demon?
So you're actively speaking to Blood Quencher now?
Yes.
Okay, give me another wisdom save.
I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know either, but I'm going to try. 32.
Okay. He's like, the shield will seize us and hold us. Attune to me. Protect yourself.
Yeah, it's not giving a clear answer, but I tell Cirrus what it told me.
Okay, yo, when I pry this shield out of the prow of the ship, because let's face it, that's what I'm going to do next.
Mm-hmm.
Of course you are.
Shut up, Koval. You don't know me.
It's solid gold. No.
Yes.
I think
But it's solid.
I think that the magic holding that ship together is going to start to dissipate, which means I don't think it's going to sink immediately, but we're going to want to make our way back to the sea serpent and let it free. I don't think it's going to.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
be ready
otherwise,
for that.
the only alternative is like putting it in the hat.
And if
Eleuthera.
I
Okay,
just think once I disconnect it from the wood, then the actual magic that's holding this ship together is going to go poof, and the ship's going to start to sink.
Okay.
And if I fall in the water, get me out.
Yeah. Bjorn, I think you're going to have to hold on to it because I don't trust that my sword's not going to try to compel me to do something.
Do you
Eleuthera,
happen to need a colonoscopy, Cirrus?
Yeah.
I do not, and I'm wearing pants.
Eleuthera, you feel a warmth emanating from your sword into your side, and it is wanting to attune to you, needing to attune to you. Do you give in to attuning to it or not?
I'm going to hold off for a minute and then say, give me a moment. I'm going to get away from it.
Get it away now.
Yeah.
I was just thinking that.
I'm gonna
Nice.
and then I'm going
Nice.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to teleport back on the other ship because it's just too much. It's just too dangerous.
Can I pry this shield out of no?
Using your dagger and your years of experience as a thief, as a liberator of items, yes, you can pry it out. As you do so, the ship begins falling apart much faster than you thought it would.
Oh shit!
I will try to make my way back up and across.
All right, I know Eenie Meenie wasn't on the ship. I know that Eleuthera wasn't on the ship. Boja and I know where Cirrus is. And Bjorn, where were you? Were you on this ship or not?
No, I was on the other ship.
The good ship Lollipop or the vampire ship? So
The good ship.
okay. What about
I haven't
Bjorn?
changed ships.
All right, Bjorn, go ahead and make an athletics check to run and jump for the ship.
Okay.
I'm going to use my soul blade to throw it onto the sea serpent and then pop across.
Now,
Okay.
question. Because this
Yes.
athletics is a strength check, does that mean I get advantage?
Yes,
Okay.
you were shirt cocking it onto the other ship.
That's right. Oh, damn, that was almost a 20.
Right.
I got a 20 anyway.
You make the $6 million man sound as you jump over the ship and
Banana.
bionic man
Yep.
and land on the other side. And then
Nice.
everybody looks through your eye as an action figure on the other side. So there it is. um,
Do I feel any difference in this shield now that it's separated?
hold on for a bit. You feel the shield radiating a warmth over you. It feels pleasant. It is quiet now. It's not talking, but you also feel, though you wouldn't know it, a feeling similar to what Eleuthera is experiencing, but instead of a warmth and compulsion, you feel a gentle warmth and invitation to attune with the shield.
So it wants Eleuthera, but it'll take you.
Do you use the shield?
No, the sword is begging Eleuthera. So
Yeah. I'm just
You know,
trying not to give into it because
Right.
I'm afraid it'll try to take control.
You know, Mike.
literally,
Sometimes you just have to settle.
literally within a few minutes, the entire other ship falls apart, rotting wood disappearing into the deep as the other sailors cut the ropes that were harnessing it so as not to unbalance the ship.
As it sinks below the waves, Sirius will lean over the rail, spit, and say, "And stay out."
Bjorn doesn't know what he's spitting about, but he'll join him in the spitting.
All right. Suddenly, a splinter comes from the deep and embeds itself because it wants to be part of you, Bjorn. So, there it is. No, that really didn't happen. But
Well, Bjorn can't help that morning wood, you know.
yes,
Oh,
Well
I just
done.
can't-
Well done.
I just can't quit you. That says the ship to Bjorn. So,
Yeah. What should we do with this shield?
Well, I know that shield. I don't like the idea of that shield and my sword being anywhere near each other.
Wasn't there something good inside that shield as well as something evil?
Yes,
Do we have a way of extracting just the good thing?
I don't think so.
Well, no, because
Well,
the
then,
good thing is
sorry
keeping
about his
the
luck.
bad thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
we
we
can't
do
take
have-
the good
we-
thing out if that's the only thing keeping the bad thing in.
I would say put it in the hat then.
I will say this.
Oh.
This is only for Eleuthera, though, for Steve.
Mhm.
Make sure you remember every day I need you to make a wisdom save
Okay.
versus your sword. So,
Okay. Do I need to do it now or is that for next day?
no, you're good for today.
Yeah, we're gonna have a conversation. That's for sure. But now
Sirius
it's not
has
the
his
time.
hand on the shield. He's going to say, "Hey, buddy, you with me?"
Yeah, I'm good.
Must you solve the riddle of steel?
Yeah,
oh,
very nice.
You hear the voice in your head, I am with you. Although I must tell you now that only those who tie their soul to mine can truly use my power. But I thank you for Gargoth, and I could say his name with no fear, is contained. You feel the shield tremor a little bit as if something's trying to get out of it, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not
Just
getting
got
any
him.
of my soul, buddy. But I mean, you're only like the third person this week to ask for that too.
You can have some of mine if you give me some really good food.
I could identify and see what that tells me.
I don't know why people keep asking for my soul. It's not like I use it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Identify what?
The
shield?
shield of the hill. Yeah, the shield. Or you can do it, Cirrus. You can. I think you can cast identify, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe
cast
you
it.
should do it.
Ritual.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to put my sword too close to it.
Where's this gonna go?
All right. So
Yeah.
you're going to take the time to cast. All right. So first of all, before you do all that, so the crew is looking at you and looking at the ship and everything that's happened, and the fact that Bjorn is slightly bleeding about the penis and is very clean bottom, and everybody is very amazed at everything that's going on. And the new captain looks at all of you and goes, "Are we still going to Candlekeep?"
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Okay.
This was just. Yeah. We were simply detoured.
Sirius will take Apocalypto out of his pouch for a moment and say, "I have a book to bring him now."
Well,
Just a little light reading, Cirrus.
We will be at Candlekeep within the next day. We should be approaching by midday tomorrow. So
Does
we'll
that
make
mean
sure
you
that
don't
we.
want to see my book?
I do. I want to see your book. I don't know. Do I?
No, you
It's
don't.
like we've already gotten more than we
It
bargained
looks
for
like
on this trip.
this.
No,
You definitely don't. Trust me.
Okay.
Damn.
Dick.
Okay. Go ahead and you're gonna do an identify
Yeah.
on the shield.
Yeah.
Do you want me to give you the details of the shield in private, or do you want everyone to hear what's
Everyone
going on?
can hear. I don't care.
All right.
He's going to tell everyone anyway.
If you attune yourself to the shield is sentient. The shield has a +2 bonus to AC. You also get resistance to fire damage. The shield can speak, read, and understand common and infernal. It can communicate telepathically with any creature it can sense within 120 feet. The shield has 3 charges on it at the moment. You can use an action to expend 1 charge to cast Fireball or 2 charges to cast Wildfire from the shield. Shield regains all expended charges daily at dawn. Anytime during your turn, the shield can choose to radiate an aura of dread for 1 minute. Any creature hostile to you that starts its turn within 20 of the shield must make a wisdom saving throw to resist running away. In addition, the shield contains the soul and true form of the pit fiend demon Gargoth, who can sometimes exude his own power from the shield. And in times of danger, the shield once per month, unless it's bound the way that somebody did it to the ship, can radiate a field of regeneration.
That's
Well,
neat.
I count about 20 good things and 1 bad thing.
Yeah. It is dangerous, though.
What was the bad thing?
There's a pit fiend in it.
Yeah.
Leave it to Sirius to forget that part.
And one that it took a celestial general to seal away. So
But
that's
he
powerful.
did steal it away.
For now.
Looks clear.
Yeah.
So
like,
until somebody, or unless somebody chooses to attune to it, you can't really use the shield. If you choose to attune to it, I will add it to somebody's equipment. So
all right.
When we're told all this, I will bow down beside the shield and place my hand upon it, and I will thank the Celestial for his sacrifice.
there is a warmth that exudes from you, and you hear the scream, the anguish, deep bellowing of the creature you are harming that is imprisoned within the shield as you pray with the shield.
I don't feel bad about that.
Boja, do you want to use it?
Yeah.
I'll use it.
Yeah, that might be the safest.
It seems appropriate.
Yeah.
All right. It requires an attunement slot to use it.
Let's see. I think I only...
My guess is that if any of us can resist the evil in it, it is you.
Hey, like I said, like
Yeah.
the most appropriate person to handle this thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I only
'Cause-
have one thing attuned at the moment.
Yeah, I can't use that thing when I have Blood Quencher wanting to run away from it.
Oh, there was one other thing I forgot to tell you about it. The shield also grants you hearing and true sight out to a range of 120 feet.
Holy shit.
What?
That is damn powerful.
That is huge. Is that like all the time, or is that cost any charges?
You know, normally
All the-
when they say, "Oh, there's one more thing about the shield I forgot to tell you," you expect it to be, "and it will kill you and your descendants," or something like
All-
that. But that was actually pretty good.
All the time.
Wow. All right, so no illusions around her.
Nope.
All right. I guess Boja can use it.
Yeah.
Logan Rock with the shield.
That's right.
It's only like the coolest thing I've ever found in my life ever.
You know, I'm not even proficient with shields, but all of a sudden I don't care.
I'm perfectly proficient with shields. I just don't use them.
I am going
You're too good throwing psychic daggers.
Can rogues use shields? I thought that
Yeah.
was part of efficiencies.
I'm telling you, all you got to do is grow out a nice thick layer of hair like I got.
Hold on. I gotta add the shield to your.
Yeah, nobody wants that steel wool that you call shirt, Bjorn.
Enie's like looking at Bjorn say that, but he's just rubbing his claws across his shiny scales, like just like nodding like to himself, like much better. Yes.
Yeah.
Sexy.
Yeah,
shiny.
I don't have any scales growing on me, but I'm doing what I can with my hair, you know.
It added it twice. I don't know why it added it twice. Hold on. Let me get rid of one of them. There we go. All right. So you should have the shield now. It gives you a bonus of AC to 2, and you have all of the details. If you see it down there, it's in your equipment. So, Boja. So, I will add it to your bio though as well. So, because it's only giving you the AC 2. So, but let me change your AC. Why is your AC 12 right now? That's weird.
Did you take an ASI or like
No, her AC should be much higher.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is like sometimes when you alter your stats, like if you get an ASI and put it up there, it messes with your armor class. I found that out doing mine.
Because her armor class is actually based on her constitution.
Yeah, it should be a 19.
All right. So you should be AC 20 now. I'm just gonna modify it manually at the moment.
No, wait
for
a second.
She said it should be 21.
Well, she already had an enchanted shield +1, so this is giving her +2. So
Yeah.
Right, but she said she had an AC plus 18.
she was 19 before with a
19.
With
Sorry, 19. So 21 would be the total then.
19 with a +1 shield, Mike.
Oh,
yes.
Plus
This
one
one's
shield.
+2. So yeah.
So yeah,
That's
she
right.
she only gets one +1 AC.
Yep.
I see.
But it's got a whole host of other goodies about it.
She can cast more fireballs. That's not bad.
Hell yeah.
Without spell slots, yes.
Hell yeah. Although I gotta wonder how effective fireballs are gonna be in hell.
Yeah, not as much as you think. Yeah.
All right.
It's
It's
gonna be like our battle with all the flame cultists again. It's like, Boja, you sit in the back this time.
Boja,
Right?
if you look on your bio under treasure, I got all of the details on the shield in there right now. So
Right.
you got the shield of all shields.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We are on the river of all rivers. We have been on this river for like 4 episodes.
No, the river of all rivers is what came out of your ass when they pulled you out of the ocean.
Oh.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that was the river Styx, literally. That's where it came from. So
Yep.
Well, after going up to that,
So, We went in to find polyps, but we found a bunch of dead souls writhing around in there. I don't know what happened.
And somebody was sick enough to dump their kid named Achilles into that. So I don't know.
Yep. Achilles was literally head first in my ass all the way up to his ankle.
I didn't even want to hear that.
It was not comfortable. It was kind of some Richard Gere kind of thing going on, but
he did see Lemmy Winks while he was there.
That's right. That's right.
So you managed to do that. The next day dawns. Nothing unusual happens except for the fact that
something very unusual does happen.
Okay.
Because this is the third day, and I was wrong about something a couple of games back.
Do you rise again on the third day, or what is going on? So
yeah.
Oh shit! Is Houdunnit coming out of the cave somewhere?
23.
I credit on my wisdom save for the day, Nim.
Okay.
If
Go ahead,
you
Jeff.
Stop for a second. I can actually tell you. On Boja's robes, a silver stitching of a rabbit all of a sudden starts bursting into a bunch of like little silvery sparkles and falls away. On Bjorn's bow, the sigil of the rabbit goes up in a whiff of smoke and a slight charring smell, and it's just smooth wood once more. And whoever has been carrying around Houdunnit's hat/bag of holding, all of a sudden it disgorges an incredible amount of treasure and very magical items. All of my infusions are gone 3 days after my death.
And on the third day, he faded away. But the Kurgan told him it was better to burn out than to fade away.
So we got to change my bow then.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put all the stuff in a new bag.
No more awesome bow, but you do know a triplet of kobolds who does have a bag of holding.
Okay.
Just saying.
Yeah, we can ask him.
Are we gonna trust this little dude we just met with all of our stuff after the way he was slobbering on that platinum?
There is that.
There is that problem. Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of bags that we have, so we can put stuff in there. We want to trust certain things to the kobolds we can.
Okay. So you're gonna give all of the stuff to the little kobold to put into a bag of holding he has?
I wasn't thinking everything, but
You can probably discuss that in more detail.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, we're just kind of like, I would say, I don't know, what do we actually want to put in the bag of holding?
Well,
I mean, you do have enough money if you get to some place that's got magic for sale. You can certainly buy your own bag of holding if you can, if they've got them.
Yeah. Candlekeep might have it.
All I know is we don't do encumbrance prison wallet only holds so much.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Your prison wallet is inflated at this point, Mr. Bjorn. So.
and it's gotten a thorough cleaning.
I mean, after the ocean, you can probably taste everything that's been in your prison wallet. It's in your
All right, let's just kind of put everything in
though.
normal bags for now, and then we'll work it out once we get to Candlekeep.
Bjorn is a money launderer now, so
I've gone through.
I don't even know. Does anyone have a list of what all we haven't had?
I've gone through every episode since 24, which is where we lost the original bag of holding, and we have quite a bit of shit. Although we did lose some stuff because when Houdunnit's ring went away, Baba Yaga got all that stuff. But the majority of the stuff was in the bag of holding.
Fisker got that from Baba Yaga.
That sounds like stuff we can go into after the show.
Yeah, so that's
something you're going
to fun with, Nim. If Vizgrid's going to get, all of Houdunnit's gear from Baba Yaga, he's got some gnarly armor and a sword that will make undead and all sorts of fun goodies I'll get with you with on later.
Fisker has all sorts of goodies to play with.
Fisker can kiss my smooth metal ass.
Fisker's going to eat your smooth metal ass. All right.
You know what?
Enough about.
I've heard better threats from cuter people just today, Fizgrid. So
Fizzgrid is a cute bunny now. I don't know how you're talking to Fizzgrid because Fizzgrid is not here, but he likes it.
just go back to licking some pit fiend's balls and leave me alone.
I think there is no Fizzgrid anymore. I think Fizzgrid is a splint off personality of Cirrus that has gone rogue. That's what I think. So.
Because the Captain Crow's like, but I've got the ring of mind shielding. How does he keep reaching to my head? I you.
It's Tyler Durden.
Yes. Yeah. The first rule of Fizzgrid is we don't talk about Fizzgrid. So, all right.
Maybe we can set Fizgrid up with Jackie Daytona.
Well,
There we go.
that's a given. They've been going out for a while, so.
Treachery loves company, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, if he was man enough to satisfy her, she wouldn't have to keep chasing me. So there.
Damn.
Yes, but Fizzgrid is a bunny now, so Fizzgrid goes very fast. So, all right.
I think
enough
that
of
maybe that might be her problem. I'm just saying.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Enough of this. Let's get to some more in-depth stuff.
On to Candlekeep.
Candlekeep.
You land at the docks below the fortress of Candlekeep, and as you are coming into the docks, you see the looming fortress coming up in the distance, looking like dun 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 Candlekeep.
Bam. Shabam.
There it is.
Bam. There you go. Look at that.
And there is a halfling shirt cocking it at the very top of the tower going, I'm the king of the world. All right, no, that's not really good. They disgorge you from the ship and wish you well, and you wend your way up the road, following several carts and other people making their way, and some of the sailors putting provisions on carts and making their way up to the keep itself.
Hold on. I was kind of hoping to see them ask Cirrus for a book.
Hold on for a second. I'm getting
All right.
there. I'm
Okay.
getting there.
I thought you had to do that just to enter the city.
They're not in the city yet. The port
Oh, okay.
is outside the city. So
Also, we have
Okay.
a pass, remember?
Ah, yes. Okay.
you make your way to the gates, and they're standing in front of the gates are three priests of Denier who are looking at people. Some people are turned away. Others have a pass that they present, and they begin wheeling in provisions and stuff, while others present books. Some are turned away altogether. Even some begin to argue, and you see several soldiers look from the top of the walls down threateningly at those people who tried to argue with the monks. There are only a few of these men-at-arms or soldiers or guards or whatever it is, but the people seem to take them rather seriously and go away after a little bit of venting of their frustration. You come upon these three priests of Denier, and one steps forward and nods to you. Welcome to the gates of Candlekeep. As always, all who bring knowledge are welcome to enter into these sacred and venerated halls to seek knowledge as well. But as I said, you must come bringing knowledge to add to the collective knowledge that we bring here in the name of the most holy Denier. What have you brought?
I bow and I say, I am Boja from the Temple of Sarenrae in Waterdeep. I bring with you these items from the temple they wished to give to you. And I'll present what I was given.
He looks at them. He's like, yes, these are very good. And are these your companions arrayed behind you as well? And he looks over all of them. Kind of looks strangely. How is Eenie Meenie presenting himself at the moment?
He's doing the 3 kobolds and a trench coat kind of thing.
All right. So it's one kobold head on top of a obscenely tall kobold.
Yeah, he's got the obsidian fur wrapped around him, the panther-like skull, basically hiding his head more or less.
Yep. Kind of
Still can't hide the fact that he's got a shield that's made out of a giant skull and a strange spear made of bone and sinew.
I'm going to say
They
yes
nod.
with the dangers that are present in Waterdeep. It felt that it would be better if I was accompanied by a group of warriors to bring these artifacts here.
You mean
And
Baldur's Gate? You mean?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate.
And do we have some knowledge to share with you about the group that defeated not only the Black Earth cult, but the Howling Hatred and stopped them from allowing their princes of elemental evil into the world?
Ah, yes. Actually, we have already collected some of that information. A group known as the Phandalin Five is responsible for that, although we
Yeah.
don't have details.
You see that group before you.
Yes.
Well, you see 80% of that group before. Well, you see 80% of the 60% of the original group, and then them, him.
The
he
friends
nods.
we met along the
Well,
way.
You're most welcome, and what you have brought from the good temple of the priests and priestesses of Saren Ray is most welcome within the realms of Candlekeep, and we shall keep it safe in our venerated libraries. Come, find solace and refuge here. Do you know the rules of Candlekeep?
No smoking.
Only what I've heard from Devlin.
No smoking. Don't mess up the books. Don't steal the books. Don't go beyond the green door unless you're invited. What
Don't
else?
see the Mogwai after midnight.
What else did my father say? He knew a
No
guy, he knew a
fighting.
priest named Catterley, but that was a long time ago.
And
No fighting. Yep.
Somewhere out there, Blind Adam's porno sense has just tingled.
No fighting within our realm is allowed. If you engage in combat unsolicited, you may defend yourself, of course, but even that is frowned upon unless absolutely necessary. But those who start hostilities will immediately be banned from Candlekeep, and you shall never be allowed inside again. All those who use fire magic, we kindly refrain from you using fire magic at all within the realms. Our tomes and Candlekeep itself is protected from mundane types of fire, but fire magic is a danger. And so we ask you, please do not use that. We have provided crystals of light that you can use if you wish to study at night. All knowledge is available to be sought, although some knowledge is very closely guarded, and you must go to the rector of Candlekeep in order to request the ability to seek that knowledge, and we shall have a brief interview to determine why it is that you seek it and what you wish to use it for before we decide who, how, and when you will be able to avail yourself of that knowledge. Please feel free to wander. Feel free to make use of our shops, our inns, our sleeping quarters, and also we have a very excellent new restaurant that is open. There is a halfling of some repute in the culinary circles who's returned to us and has decided to retire, although only for the moment, to do research of a culinary type, and has opened a restaurant here within Candlekeep. You are most welcome.
Do they serve alcohol at that restaurant?
Yeah,
Well, of course.
Like space elves.
What?
I know what I'm doing.
It's like he's learning how to cook space elves is what he's doing.
Yes.
Yeah. I suggest keeping Eeny, Meeny, and Miny away from the restaurant if I know the halfling.
Not like anything is safe in there from Burley.
No.
He moves aside. He goes, "Welcome to Candlekeep, Phandalin 5. And if we could schedule a time to sit down with each of you to record your exploits of your party, it would be most welcome. I do not know what brings you to Candlekeep, but if you have the time to spare us, we would only require 3, 4, maybe 6 weeks to fully document everything."
I don't think we have that kind of time, sadly, but we can give you some of the cliff notes.
Oh, come on. They're being such gracious hosts. The least we can do is share our knowledge and wisdom with them.
But 6 weeks? I don't think the realms has 6 weeks.
So
Trust me, if anybody wants their story told, it is me. But we don't have the time.
So Bjorn, instead of giving them the information to spread your glory throughout the realms, you just want to go to hell.
And I did all that without putting you guys on the map. Damn. There you go.
All right.
So,
We just flat out don't have the time.
yes. You're at the entrance to Candlekeep. So,
Okay.
I would say we have nothing but time.
Does Karlsruhe have the time? Does Houdunnit have the time?
I will say
They're dead.
time is on your side.
Does Elturel have the time?
Yes, it is.
They're dead too.
Time is
Baldur's
on
Gate
your
does
side.
not.
All right, I take the form of a cat.
Yes. Good. Let me tell you about the time you almost died. So,
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Cirrus says, "I'll meet you guys at the hearth. I want to speak to one of these priests for a moment."
Okay.
okay.
You priest, does one of you have a few minutes?
I do not. I must assist here, but you can find any priest of Denier inside who will be able to aid you, of course.
Okay.
Just where's the restaurant at?
The end of the universe.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put the maps up at the moment, but they direct you to where the restaurant is. There's also an inn that you can, for if you want to stay in more comfortable surroundings. There is an inn within the interior of Candlekeep. Others who are just scholars stay in the kind of like a bunkhouse. There's several bunkhouse for visiting scholars and stuff like that, where you get a cot and that's about it. So you can rent a room if you wish in the inn to stay there. There are various shops that allow you to buy things. There are smiths practicing their trades and studying here. It's a whole hive of not villainy, but busyness. So
I am kind of curious about the shops. 'Cause we do need a bag of holding.
okay.
As I recall, they didn't have much in the way of stuff here in the shops.
Well, that was then. This is now.
Yes.
Okay.
This is a whole different thing.
By the way,
Okay.
Steve, nice one with the Douglas Adams.
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Who do we want to go first? Let's go Cirrus first. So you find a priest of Denier inside. You're able to track down, I mean, there are all sorts of monks and priests walking around, and one of them comes over to you when you're looking, and he comes over to you and says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, I have a book that I'd like to show you and get your thoughts on.
Oh, interesting. I would have thought that if you were offering...
Perhaps not out. I'm sorry?
I didn't make out anything you just said. I think you
Yeah.
froze or something. I think you froze or something.
Who? Me?
No,
Greg.
Greg.
Sarah, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg's frozen.
Yeah.
I have a book I want to show you, but I think it's best not done out in the open.
Well, is this, you just want consulting, or are you offering this to Candlekeep?
Well, for the moment, I think you would just be interested in its existence. We'll go from there.
Okay. Well, I can arrange for one of the priests of Denier. We also have a visiting sage of Ogma who could come along to look. We can meet you in a private room. Do we need wards or magical protection?
Not if we don't open it.
Oh. So that's a yes. Okay. Well, I will go ahead and arrange for that. Where can I find you? It's going to take me a few hours to locate everyone and get them. I believe that the priest of Ogma is currently dictating the histories of Catterley to one of our monks at the moment.
Hey, like my father said he knew someone named Catterley. Is he one of your order?
No, he is not. He is one of the priests of Ogma, and there are rather outlandish tales about him, but we collect all of the tales here and all of the information for those who want to do research on whether Catterley ever existed or not and what he actually did. That is up for the researcher to decide.
Oh, I thought he was a priest of Catterley. Oh,
Yeah, he's a priest of Denier. His wife Danica is a monk of Ogma.
I thought the Cataly was Ogma. So
No, that's
Because
Danica.
I remember he always used, when something would happen, he would always say, "Oh, my dear Denier."
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
either way,
Anyway, also, my friends and I are going to need information on a sigil that we found, but we can deal with that later. I guess I'll be at wherever they serve food back this way.
you mean the newest restaurant, Burley's Boisterous Bathhouse and Badashery of Bakken Culinary Delight. We just call it Burley's.
That's a mouthful.
So, yes. Jeff, are you okay?
I'm impressed. Especially when you throw in the word Bakken as well. I was like, okay. That's all I need to know.
Sears is going to take out a piece of parchment and say, okay, show this to the respective people that you're going to tell I want to show the book to.
What are you handing them exactly?
A scrap of paper with a word that I just whispered to you.
All right. You're going to make me look at what the word you whispered to me? Okay. Sounds good. The puzzle box. What do you guys do? Who has that? And what are you doing with it?
Puzzle box.
I have it, but I don't remember it anymore.
The puzzle box was found at the center of where Elturel used to be, and was one of the last things that Mr. Simeon brought back.
That
Well,
would
we
probably
found it
have,
in the lament
that would-
configuration.
that would probably would have been in the hat, so it would have
Yeah.
been regurgitated and part of that stuff.
I guess Eleutheria has it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They go ahead and do that. Let's see. Let's do shops before we go over to Burley's, because that's going to be a whole thing. What do you want to look for here? A bag of
Health
holding, you said?
potions.
Yeah, bag of
potions.
holding, and I guess probably a bow for Bjorn if we can find a good one for him.
If we can find a magical one, that would be nice.
Yeah.
There is no adventuring shop set up per se, but there are several priests who are here representing Lathander and Loviater, or not Loviater. God, I'm having a brain cramp.
If you can find any priests of Gan, they might make you a bag of holding.
Yeah, but they are here selling a limited number of health potions. They're all just potion of the lowest, potions of healing, the lowest rank. There's nothing super
Jesus,
expensive
I can't
here.
find good health potions to save my life.
Yeah. They don't really outfit adventurers here, but they are willing to do that. Most of them are low-level priests who are practicing their craft, and so you are getting health potions from novices at the moment. So,
Yeah.
Oh, so they're not only the lowest level. They're like, this might work or it might not.
And it
Yeah.
tastes like
That's like going to the VA and getting work done by fresh out of
Yeah.
91B school cadets.
yeah, it looks clear, so it's all right.
Mhm. Well, it's better than nothing.
Don't worry about the blue hair.
Because it's the equivalent of buying potions from like a culinary student or something like that. You can buy them at a discount, and they tell you that they have 20 of the potions available, each of them on sale for 50 gold pieces each.
50 is actually
Okay.
the going rate.
Yeah. Well,
So that's 500 gold.
At 20
we
times,
got
50,
two barbarians on this
that's
team. I'm going to say
1,000
we might
gold,
need them.
so-
Oh, okay.
tell me you give them 400 gold for the lot.
Do you say that, Cirrus? Are you there? Who's buying? Eleutheria?
No, sorry. Actually, I guess I'm not there. I was just wandering back to the
Okay.
food place.
All right.
So how
Yeah.
much are you paying?
Bjorn, what do you think?
How about 750?
He thinks for a moment. He's like, Can you do 800? I'm just a poor priest of Lothander trying to get myself off the streets and put myself through school and supporting myself by selling these potions.
Yeah.
And I'm trying really hard to keep myself out of the gang I grew up in Waterdeep. And
Well, hold
doing all
on,
this.
hold on. Let me climb down from the mansion I live in, where I live with royalty and
Yeah.
and everything with the servants and all that, and I'll come down here from my lofty home, and I will bless you with an extra 50 gold points. No, I don't fucking think so.
775.
You might want to stay up in that mansion to keep from stepping in that oh so deep pile of bullshit he was spreading around.
Well, 775. I guess I could do that. I guess
right.
you're
Okay.
leaving me without any money for my kids, but okay.
Yeah, all 5 of them.
Hey, I was just gonna say I got 5 kids to feed.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah.
He
There you go,
agrees. I relinquish it for you, so you get
Okay.
20
Okay.
of the whatever the lowest level of health potions are.
I'll stare him in the eyes and say, "May Sarah Mary bless you and your children."
So that should be 30 of those altogether, because I think
That's
I had
right.
10 before.
You haven't
He
used
looks
the
at-
10 you bought previously yet.
Yep.
He looks at you and say, "And may Lothander, and by extension Tamora, bless you and my future children as well."
I give
Make
eeny,
sure to
meeny,
compliment her
miny-
ass.
Huh?
I give eeny meeny miny 15 of the potions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bag of holding.
He kind of reels back, shocked at the gesture. Very unexpected because you guys have fought together, but you guys aren't what he considers like a group or family or anything like that. And as he kind of shrugs and accepts the gift, Bjorn, you might want to make a insight check.
Okay. Which is another thing I'm really good at.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm counting on.
Can I make a roll, Jeff, since I'm there?
Oh, that went from a 20 to rolled over to a 2. That was not right at all.
All right.
It all depends, Steve. Do you would be paying close attention to this interaction?
I'm curious about Eeny Meeny, so yes.
All right, go ahead then.
Okay. Let's see it. And let me guidance that. What does an 18 do for me?
Let's find out. Let me make my own roll here. We'll go.
While you guys are doing this, I'm going to go get some tea real quick. So,
Okay.
I'm going to do the same then.
Yeah.
Okay, Bjorn doesn't see this, but Eleutheria notices that for a brief flicker of a moment, Eni casts his eyes down away from Bjorn's before looking back up.
Interesting. I don't know what that means exactly, but it is interesting.
Typically, just I don't want to meta game, I guess.
Yeah.
But typically when someone looks,
We're
away
in psychic
and then looks
connection,
back-
and we're in psychic connection, and Meanie's not part of that, so I relay that to you.
Nope, I am not part of your little psychic connection.
Yep.
maybe he just doesn't handle getting things very well. I mean, he's on our team. He's also a barbarian. I figured we both could use them. It meant nothing more than that, but I don't know. Perhaps he's just not used to getting things.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, kobolds are not people, or not a group of people that I know very well.
I know nothing about them.
That's because we're beneath you elves.
Mm-hmm.
We're beneath everybody. We're the littlest of all the species.
Yep.
Sometimes the
made
greatest
by
things
great
can happen
God.
at the hands of the littlest people.
Even the smallest person can change the course of the future.
That's right.
That's right.
Is there anything else we want to ask for while we're here?
The bag of holding. I think he was checking into that.
Yeah.
Mm.
Hold
Yeah, the
on.
bag of holding,
They
yeah.
only got low level healing potions, but they just happen to have a bag of holding sitting around. I don't know
Yeah.
about that.
Well,
They
no,
might have
think
a
about
plus.
it.
They might have a +1 bow. That's
This
possible.
is a library. There's
I mean,
a lot
yeah.
of scholars that want something to carry a large amount of books.
Bags
Okay,
of
that's fair.
bags of holding the uncommon magic items. They're not rare or anything like that. They're just
Yeah.
uncommon.
Yeah.
So what are we doing now?
Well,
All right.
She
bag
wants
of
to ask
holding,
about a
and
bag
then-
of holding.
And then I was going to see, if they had a bow for Bjorn. I mean, even a +1 bow would work for him.
All right. You walk around the various shops. You're searching. You find shops that sell a variety of things. There are all sorts of goods that are being studied. There are alchemy components that are being offered. There are shops that are offering stuff for restoring tomes and things like that. So you have to go through a number of shops. Eventually, you find a shop that is manned by 3 brothers. They are triplets. One of them is a priest of Ogma. One of them priest of Talos, and the other one is a priest, and the other one is a wizard. They look at you and nod. They're like, welcome to the Brother Sirley. We are here. We offer a variety of items for sale, but they are at a premium. We are allowed to set up shop here. Candlekeep has become much more liberal, so we are allowed to stay here and offer our wares and research all of the ways that we could create items. We are hoping to go into business one day in Waterdeep, but meanwhile, we are here making a living here in Candlekeep, and we are able to eat every week at Burley's. And I can tell you right now, if you haven't tried the Cobalt waiter service, then you are missing out.
Any kind of cruises up to these 3 gentlemen, and starts looking at one and the other, and then leans in their personal space and starts sniffing at them.
Can I help you?
He turns back to the others, and go same egg.
Mhm.
Yes, we are of the same, and the 3 of them do the same thing you did. Egg.
Mhm.
He actually
Um,
kind of disembarks and they stop doing their little Chinese acrobat formation and drop down into 3 kobolds.
Yes. Hold on for just one moment. He motions one of the priests of Daenerys aside and whispers something. Do you try and hear what he says or not?
Oh, yeah, I'm curious enough. Let me make a...
Bjorn or Aluthria, do you want to hear what he has?
Yeah, I'm curious as well.
I'm curious. Because I'm with him. I'm curious as well.
Right. Anybody wants to hear, give me a perception check.
Here we go.
God.
Sounds like fun.
23. All right. That's a good roll.
And a 6.
24.
Your perception is the best.
I'll even boost that up a little bit.
Aluthria and Eenie Meenie both here. Please run on over to Burley's and let the chef know to take item number 17 off the menu until further notice. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I think we should let him do that, Meanie.
I look at you quizzically, I don't get it.
Yeah. You don't want to know. Trust me.
Well, I don't think you've ever met Burley, but I don't know.
I've
Maybe
heard of him because I had been in contact with Devlin.
Oh, okay. All right. So he goes, This is our shop. Please feel free to peruse our wares. If you have any questions on price or on anything that we could do for you, please let us know. So the priest of Talos, along with his brother, have succeeded in making martial weapons and simple weapons of up to a unusual ability. So unusual type, so nothing extremely exotic. You're not going to find any katanas and things like that. You will also find them with minor enchantments on them. You can also find magic items that are up to rare here. So that have been made. And then finally, the Priest of Ogma has spells and scrolls available for sale.
Let me check. Yeah, if you have a magic bow for Bjorn, like a longbow, I think that would help him.
Yes. He looks at Bjorn. You're an archer?
Well, it's sometimes I can't really hit him with my axe. You know what I mean?
Well, we have this. I think this is more suited to one of your type. We got the specifications of this from someone who was here from past Luskin up in the northern wastes up there. This is called a compound bow made of various amounts of horn and leather and wood, all fused together and expertly crafted. And we put a minor enchantment on it to help with accuracy. You can go ahead and give it a try. He hands you the bow. The bow is actually 8 feet tall. So,
oh man, you got Ulysses' bow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
8. I stand on my big toe and attempt to stretch out the bow.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna need a bag of holding as well.
Even as
I'm gonna
strong
need
as
a
you
ladder.
are, even as strong as you are, it is significantly difficult to draw the bow to its full drawback. But you were able to do it.
This was for a Goliath, surely.
and you feel the creaking and the power. He goes, well, that looks a little bit big. We did make this for someone that was a little bit larger. We have a smaller version. We thought maybe you would like this bow because it is especially powerful. It fires off these, and he pulls out what looks like ballista bolts that are each about 6 feet long.
Holy crap.
Oh, Bjorn, he said you need the kitty version.
And he's like, but here. He pulls out a smaller compound bow that is only about 4.5 feet long, and he hands it to you.
And what kind of goodies does this one have?
It is also made of the same construction, but this time when you pull it back, it doesn't give you anywhere near the resistance, though it is still difficult to pull back. It feels strong in your hands. It creaks, and you can feel the pent-up power in it just from drawing the bow back. So,
all right.
Okay.
And then
it doesn't. It's not a what. How do I put that in for? How do I figure that for attacking?
Hold on. Let me double check. I have to make sure because I haven't looked at the. Yeah, they only do homebrew stuff now. It's a compound bow, 5th edition. So for me, I have my own homebrew because I like compound bows. So what it is it is a long bow, but you add 60 feet of range to it.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that? You broke. Yeah, you broke up.
It's a long bow. You add 60 feet of range to it. It's +1 because it doesn't have an enchantment on it, and it does 1d12 damage.
Damn.
Right, and
so I would say just take your current bow and modify it, or I can modify it for you. So
actually, if you could do that, I would appreciate it.
I will do that. But he looks at you and goes, so I see that you love this bow, and I love it as well. I love it so much. really don't want to get rid of it, but it looks like you could use it. And we are asking a mere pittance for it. 650 gold pieces.
How about 5?
I'm afraid the components itself cost 5, but I could see you fit to give it to you for 6 because I like your smile.
Well, I got another crack you might like.
I don't believe that I do.
I'll do that.
Very fine. Then you are the owner of this bow for 600 gold pieces. Enjoy it, sir. Enjoy.
All right. Is anybody keeping track of this?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. What else
I
are we
am-
looking for?
I am basically
Necklace of fireballs.
You're looking for a necklace of fireballs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, sure.
You go to the mage and you indicate that you're looking for a necklace of fireballs. It's like, yes, that is a difficult thing to come by here. I would like to make one for you, but even having such a thing in here, he leans in. It makes
Candlekeep.
it causes the sphincter factor of the nunks here go through the roof. I've studied it. This kind of thing could crush diamonds. So
how about if you hold it for me until we're ready to leave and you give it to me on my way out?
I'm afraid I'm not even allowed to try to make it in case the magic went out of control. So I'm afraid it's not available.
Okay. Well, I had to try.
Anything else that I could help you with, though?
Let me think.
Mike, I did it for you. It's fixed.
All right, thank you.
I'm just trying to think of things that don't require attunement that might be helpful.
Bosha, you were looking for a bag of holding?
The party as a whole.
All right. And he goes, I have one right here. In fact, this one was just finished for a certain adventuring group that came through here. Unfortunately, we were informed that they are now deceased. So their loss is your gain. So I have it here. The components to build it have already been paid for. The time to manufacture has already been paid for. So we are going to give it to you at a discounted cost. Now, I have to tell you that these are at a premium. We are willing to offer you a bag of holding for 2,000 gold pieces.
I don't know if you know this, but these bags that we're holding are not actually full of money.
Yeah, you got these giant rucksacks.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind some of this money belonged to Jackie de Antonio. I have no problem spending her money.
It's only 200 platinum, so.
I don't know if you guys realize this, but nobody said anything about taking the treasure chest off the ship before it sank.
Nope, no one did.
Nope.
You had the book.
No, Steve said before we sunk it to make sure we took everything off.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, he said that.
He actually did say that.
Yeah, but then you guys went to do other stuff.
I thought we were doing that after we moved the stuff.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Healed.
Okay.
But I will tell you this, as somebody who keeps track of all of our junk, we have so much gold. Like, it's funny watching you guys haggle because I know how much gold we've got, and like a 2,000 gold is a pittance. But I enjoy watching you guys haggle.
Yeah,
That's why we
especially
should
when
go
Cyrus
Warhammer
would be the one
tomorrow.
doing most of the haggling if he were here.
6 shekels, you must be bad. All right. Would you like to
2
have
bits, 4 bits, 6
Yes.
bits a peso.
So, as I said, 2,000 for this excellent bag of holding. And just never mind yes, I can remove the party crest off of that. Or I could leave it on if you wish. As an honor to them.
I don't really care.
Do we have an accord? Do we have a deal?
Oh, yeah. Oh, one other thing. Do you have a broom of flying anywhere?
Oh,
I
let's
think he wants
talk
to know
about
if we
the
make a deal.
the bag of holding first.
Okay, we can do that.
Jen, are you good with the 2,000 gold?
If the party, like I said, I just mentioned it to the party because Steve had said something about it. I was reminding them of it.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, because between,
Oh.
I mean, I know you're not doing the encumbrance, but between the gold,
Yeah,
the
the
weapon,
stuff. Yeah,
the
yeah.
armor, like we really need like 6 carts.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And my other, and I would say just to the party, think also about what we might be needing in Avernus, because we're probably not going to have another stop that we can make until we hit like El Terrell at best.
A broom of flying. You know, I have heard of these items. I do not have one at the moment, but I could manufacture that because it obviously does not involve fire. So if you wish, I could begin manufacture on such an item for you.
If you have no brooms of flying, how the hell are we supposed to play Quidditch?
I do not know this Quidditch. Can you tell me what it is?
You wouldn't understand.
Okay. Yes, brooms of flying. I'm afraid that most of our clientele that comes in for those types of things prefers rugs, and we're currently sold out of those because we had a caravan come in from Kalimshan and most recently.
Yeah. I don't mind rugs if there are any.
I'm afraid I could make one of those for you as well, but I'm currently sold out. These things are rather difficult to do. There's quite a bit of enchantment that goes on. We can make those for you. As I said, we require 50% deposit, and I could give you a time frame when that would be done.
Like, what would be the time frame we're talking about?
We're looking at probably 10 days.
That's a little too late for me.
Well,
it was a thought. It was a nice thought.
Perhaps I could interest you or your friend who is, as we say where we come from, shirt-cocking it over here, a rod of lordly might. So,
a rod of lordly might.
Damn, Bjorn, first he tries to sell you the kitty bow, then he insults your manhood. Please tell me Cirrus walked into the store at some point.
Yes, absolutely. You notice as you're walking towards Burley's, you see them there doing this. Let me demonstrate for you. And he brings out what looks like a normal mace. He goes, "This is a normal mace." Now, I will tell you, this is not. There are some of these that are rumored to be of extraordinary quality. So even though I call this a rod of lordly might, I must be honest in the way I'm selling you. This is a rod of lordly okayness. So yes, but
Okay.
Lesser rod of lordly might. Yeah.
Yes. So we have the rod here, and then you press this button right here, and you watch this. And you see this thing shoot up in the air, and it kind of wibbles and wobbles for a moment, and then transforms into a pole with handles off of it that you can climb with. He's like, yes, it's a little bit unstable, but I guarantee you, if you concentrate hard enough, you can climb up on this. It works. And then he presses the button again, it retracts. He goes, you could also use this as a magical mace. We have infused it with some minor magic to help you with hitting and how hard you hit. Also, you could do this with it. And he presses a button, and 2 blades come out, and it becomes a pole arm, and you hear this music go dun 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 dun. So it's like,
actually, that might well work.
Very good, very good. Oh, there's one other thing. Now, this is not perfected, and it takes some time. We are trying to build up our knowledge to be able to create the real thing, but we've gotten this far. Watch this. And he's like, stand back, step. You know what? He leans in. I can't do it. we weren't even supposed to do this. If you press the third button, a sword blade will come out, burst into flame, but we haven't figured out how to keep it on the damn thing. It shoots out in flame, and then you have to reassemble the rod. It takes about a day for it to reassemble, but it's a fantastic effect. Once we get it down, it'll be amazing. But since this is a prototype, and I guarantee that it's flawed, we will give you the rod of lordly okayness for... Oh, you know what? I just want to hear how it works in your adventures. We will give it to you for free. Take it.
Oh,
Just make sure
okay.
you tell us about it.
Yes, I can do that for you.
Oh, so we get to beta test it.
Yeah.
Bjorn,
Yeah,
Eleuthria,
I'll
and
take
Boja hears, I don't trust this guy because he's not a real warrior. Now, what I really like is a warrior. A warrior would have looked at that rod of okayness and asked with that little red button on the side.
Well, yeah. Well, we can't press it in here for obvious
Yes, it
reasons.
says this while he's backing out of the store.
And you have to know when you press the one button and turn it into a pole arm, if you do the song, you get advantage on the first turn of combat. So,
Okay. Seriously?
yes, damn it.
Okay.
My rules, my homebrew rules.
Okay.
There it is.
All right.
So,
All right. I'll take that because sometimes it comes in handy.
Awesome.
All right.
so basically, it's a +1 weapon
Okay.
that can turn. It's a mace, or you can turn it into a double-handed sword, a two-handed, not a two-handed sword, but a sword with double blades, a double-bladed sword.
Okay.
Or
Ooh.
you could turn it into a very rickety ladder that goes up 60 feet. Or you can try the red button and take your chances. Yeah. The rod of lordly okayness. So
+1. Got it.
One of the triplets feels a tugging at the hem of his robes.
one of the triplets feels a tugging, or he's tugging. One of the triplets is tugging.
He feels something short tugging on his robe.
He looks down. Yes. How can I help you, number 17? I mean, yes, sir. So
He points to a more secluded corner and waves you to follow him over.
okay. He follows you over. Who is this? The mage or one of the priests? So
Probably the mage.
okay, he follows you over. How can I help you, sir?
He asks him to bend down.
Yes.
He leans into his ear, and he wants to covertly ask him if he has a cloak of the bat.
Damn it! I was gonna do that.
Of the bat. What? Sorry about that. He's like, hold on. I have to refresh myself with what the hell a cloak of the bat does.
Turns into wings, lets you fly for a short time.
Yep.
Y'all are about getting flying stuff.
Well, we suck at it, and we know how you love to use gravity.
Cloak of the bat. Well, it so happens that we have something, but it is not technically. Well, let me show you. And he breaks it. He reaches down and he goes into. He's like, "Come behind here. I'll show you, little one." And there is a chest, and he unlocks it, a complicated lock, and pulls out a cloak. And he's like, "I hope this doesn't offend you, but someone made this of the skin of a dragonborn, and it allows you to sprout dragon wings, similar to the cloak of the bat." We bought this item from a random adventurer who came through, who was desperate for money.
How much?
We paid a fair amount for it, and we of course need to make a little bit of turnaround on.
How much?
I could let it go for 2,500.
Yeah, so he just starts raking coins out of his bag of holding until he gets to 2,500.
Well,
No haggling, no question. He just rakes it out.
And a good day to you too, sir. Don't order number 17.
He takes the cloak and he goes walking back around and he just pushes it at Eleutheria.
What's this thing that you're pushing in my face?
Wings.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, we'll take that.
And he just
All right.
kind of goes nosing off the shop in his own, like looking at
Okay.
things.
Yeah,
curiously.
I'll go ahead and buy that.
For all intents and purposes, it is a cloak of the bat, but it transforms you.
He as you say that, he like grabs your cloak, shakes it. He's like, "No buy, bought, yours."
There it is.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Anything else before we go?
I did promise your mama I would stop by.
Yep.
She is ready for you in the bunkhouse as we speak.
All right.
She's a little worn out.
Yes.
But
Oh, damn!
Oh yeah, one last thing. Do you have a headband of intellect? That'll
No.
be the last thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thought I was.
Jim, what were you going to say?
I was just gonna say there might be a grandmother around that might be interested too.
Oh,
I was going to go there, but Jen beat me to it. That's
That's a little Warhammer reference for
Yeah.
those of you that are watching. Circle of Seven Dice did this. My character Seamus McDuffie totally slept with an old lady for a piece of leather armor.
Yeah, that's why you got to head over to Burley's Bakken debauchery bathhouse and everything else that's going on. Over there, so.
Seamus worked some leather to get his leather.
Yes.
That's right.
He definitely works all right. Works hard for his money.
Yeah,
That's
he
right.
made those cheeks slap. I'll tell you that. So,
Jesus.
God Almighty, we're all going to hell. Literally,
We
that's
are
where this-
literally.
That is where
Yeah,
this show is
literally
going.
going
So,
out. Yep.
all right, great. You bunch of degenerates. I feel like I'm on drink and draw again. So, anything else before we go?
Nah, I think we're okay for right now. Yeah, I think so.
All right. So this took the better part of 45 minutes or an hour, and you head on over to Burley's. There are a few people heading on over there as well, interested in the food, and it smells good as you approach. There is a large crowd spilling into this place. You don't know if it's always been here, but it looks warm and inviting. As you enter, standing right there at the front is a halfling that with red beard and mustache. It looks like he might have been fit at one time, but he is now rounder than he is tall. His stomach extending well out over his feet, and he looks like you could literally roll him down the aisle as he appears to have been eating most of the food that he cooked. And he looks at you, welcome, welcome. And then he spots Edie and he goes, welcome to the Burley's diner. Come on in. You are welcome to have all of the food that you wish. We are serving up several specials, and I hear that you are the illustrious Fandolin 5 who has come to visit us. So welcome to all of you.
Well met.
Yeah.
What can I start?
What kind of stuff you got to drink around here?
Drink. Well, I have a number. I have the special. I have the normal drinks that I have imported from all over the realms here to serve at Burley's. I mean, we are thinking even of opening franchises in several of the cities where I may even move eventually. But I don't know. I like it so much here, everything that I'm learning. But we have all of these different drinks from all over the different parts of the Sword Coast. But on tap today, we also have specials. One of the ones that I am offering today is a 30-year-old brandy that has been decanted for 6 weeks. Get ready. This is going to be amazing. In the head of a hill giant. The earthy flavor that it goes into the brandy at that point is intoxicating. I have heard that it is one of the things you must try in all the world. And we have only the one flask of that brandy left on sale today, and I will offer it to you.
He suddenly realizes that he's standing in a puddle of drool.
Did you say it was decanted in the head of the hill giant?
Yes, it was.
I gotta have that brandy.
He says
Not
that,
only that,
you say that, and Eni kind of looks at his shield for a second and looks back.
not only that, we still have that particular hill giant fillets in the freezer, magically charmed, by the way. Plus, I have to tell you, it is to die for. I will offer you the special at cost because I want someone to try it and give me feedback on this latest recipe. I will serve up an appetizer of sweetmeats fried in the style of Kalimshan of the hill giant's brains to go along with the brandy. It is the perfect complement to the drink.
Never had a hill giant before. Anybody else had a hill giant before?
3 little hands go up.
I can't say I've had the pleasure.
How was it?
Oh, you mean his food? No.
Fuck it. Give me the whole hill giant. Just bring me a little bit of everything.
Unfortunately, one of my favorite recipes is not available today, but in its place, I'm offering another special, one that is to die for. Now, believe me when I say it's going to sound disconcerting at first. You're going to be like, I do not know if I can eat this, but I'm telling you right now, it is something you must try. It's an acquired taste. It's a delicacy, but it's fantastic. I'm
These
talking about.
nuts.
No, I am talking about. We do have these nuts, but that is for a different clientele. I'm talking about undead stew. Yes, undead stew. We start with a gentle broth of skeleton bones simmered for an entire day. Then we add ghoul and zombie flesh that we reanimate for the moment during the cooking process and allow it to move around, stirring as we add the vegetables in and the spices, and it soaks all of that up. Then a cleric comes in and dispels the enchantment off of the undead. We scoop it out, and then we bring in freshly slaughtered boar that has been turned into undead, and we allow that to gently simmer in the stew, and then we serve it to you wriggling before we dispel it right at the table for you. It's fantastic.
I think I'll stick with the hill giant.
I want to meet that cleric.
Carrion.
So you'll
But
stick
first
with
things first, I want the brandy.
Yes, well,
I'm going to need a few shots of that before I try eating the hill giant.
he's like, I will be right back. Will the whole party be having brandy and hill giant brain?
No.
Yeah, I'll pass on that.
I prefer simple fare.
I raise my hands for the hill giant brain.
I'll try the hill giant brain. I'll skip the brandy, but thank you.
All right, I will be right back. And of course, the hill giant brain goes best. Oh, well, these are appetizers, but I will say before I leave, because I must get back to cooking, my assistant and the servers will be out here to get you your entrees. But I say the hill giant goes breast. I gave it away. It was a female hill giant. We serve fricassee of hill giant breast as the main course entree with, and I knew you were going to love this, Mr. Shortcocking it there, deep fried hill giant balls. Yes, her mate was there as well. We took the balls and the breast and we served them together. We call them the double B plate special. It's fantastic. So let me go get the brains and the brandy, and maybe you have the balls and the breast later. You will have all 4 Bs. You will be quadruple B. He goes back and he goes, serve it up.
I have a question.
Yes.
It's actually a pertinent question.
Yes.
Of the clientele, are there any gnomes?
There are no gnomes.
Okay, noted.
Is the clientele generally humanoid?
There are humans, dwarves, elves. You see a few half-orcs. You even see an orc or two sitting in a corner, which is unusual, but they appear to be peaceful at the moment, so it's fine. You even, Eleutheria, spot a dark elf in one shadowy corner.
Interesting.
Did I see any other food type establishments outside?
There are a few, but not as...
Sierra says, if you'll excuse me, he's serving up sentient creatures. I'm going to go find somewhere else to hang out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bjorn, enjoy. No
Yeah.
judgment.
Eeny, meeny, miny settles in, and here's kind of the affect. Eeny looks around like a chihuahua, like wide, staring, alert, twitchy. Meany scowls at anybody who looks at him too long. And Miney is studying people coolly, calculatingly.
And I will look at the party and like, if you'll excuse me, I will go with Cirrus. I do not think I can get this establishment.
A few moments later, Burley comes out and notices that two of the members are missing. He's like, oh, what has happened? Well, here. And he comes out, and several humans are carrying an entire hill giant head. There is a flask, a bottle stuck into the head, and he motions to two of the servants, and they unclasp the bottom of the head, and the whole top comes out, and there is fried brain spilled in there that was silver lining the inside that has been turned to a service vessel. He's like, enjoy. And he's like, and then he pours. And
he is all about presentation.
And the brandy comes out of the nostrils of the hill giant and into the glasses. And he pours.
You cleaned out the nostrils first, right?
Yes. And he leaves the bottom half of the head with the flask in it there for you to use. And then the sweetmeats of hill giant brain are also available, and they smell absolutely fantastic. So,
and without any preamble, Eeny just starts consuming. And if you're there, Bjorn, like you see that Eeny's doing that weird twin thing where like all their movements are in sync as they like eat, and then they switch and like drink, and then they go back to eating all at the same time, all chewing in synchronicity.
I'll drink, but I'm not going to eat anything.
Okay.
Yes. What were you going to say?
The brandy, and I was just wondering what you were doing. So the brandy.
I'm just having the brandy and kind of looking around.
The brain is absolutely fantastic. Actually, it tastes very good. I don't know how much experience Edie Meany has eating fine food, but it tastes amazing. So, Bjorn, if you get drunk enough to try it, it tastes amazing to you as well.
Generally, everything he eats is reasonably raw. But no matter how good it tastes, it doesn't look like he's enjoying it so much as it's just there to be consumed.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I just kind of realized, that Eleutheria is probably eating some fairly exotic things in Usnafa. So.
It is an incredibly succulent flavor for everybody who chooses to eat it. Meanwhile, much less trafficked, you do find a poor peddler who is serving peasant stew and homemade bread and good ale at another place with outdoor picnic tables, and most of the guards are eating there and everything, and you are able to join them and have food, those who don't want to partake in the finery, which is Burley cuisine. So
that works.
Yeah.
I like the finery of Burley cuisine.
Moments.
Some people like it. That's cool. Just not Sears' thing.
About 5 minutes later, the breasts and balls arrive for you, Bjorn. Do you partake of those as well?
I didn't want any of the breasts and balls.
Too late.
No, it's not Eventor Eisen's thing either.
No.
Well, it's there. It's looking at you.
You can have it.
They look good.
If nobody else,
I'm eating light.
Eeny will just grab one up and start chewing on 3 of them at the one time, because I'm sure the balls are huge, and like just kind of roll it between them, and they all 3 attack it at the same time.
Okay, give me a Constitution save for Eeny Meeny Miny, please.
All right.
Constitution save.
Add a
for
+5
eating
because it
balls.
says I'm there.
No, you're not. I thought you went. Oh, you are still there. You're
Yep.
right. You're
Yeah,
right.
I'm still there.
Exposure that went with
Yeah,
Sarah.
I'm just not eating like as much as everybody else is. 26.
I'm really just trying stuff.
All right. As you eat it, you feel a rush of adrenaline go through your body, like the combination of the brandy, the brains, the balls, and this is without even the breasts added to it, just overwhelms your senses, and you feel like you could lift the table and all your companions on it up over your head at the moment.
I'm going to retitle this episode The Brandy, the Brains, and the Balls.
And don't forget the breasts. So.
Like
Come for the breast, stay for the balls.
Yes.
Kobold, like, kind of like jerking up, and like Meanie in particular, like, is looking like really pumped and aggressive, like just loaded with testosterone.
Bjorn, there's a challenge to your left.
Yep, he's eating balls and jerking.
Yep. Are you gonna let that go, Bjorn? He looks more manly than you do. This is a little kobold. He's eating balls and looking badass.
I might even start growing hair through my scales.
In
Yes.
fact, one might say he looks 3 times as manly as you right now.
Mm.
Or would you go blind?
Hey, there's hair in my palms. What does that mean?
All right.
Am I a werewolf now, or something else?
No, if you don't do anything, after a few moments, it wears off. So, but for a moment there, it was almost like it gave you a burst of strength. So,
Him looking badass for a minute doesn't make me look any less badass.
Bad ass.
You know, when you say the ass part 3 times, it kind of takes away the meaning of the badass thing.
Luthria, I'm not even going to ask the 2 barbarians. Give me a perception check, please.
Ass.
Yeah, that's not really their thing, is it? Sure. All right, we can do.
They're only perceiving the ale and the balls.
They're a little busy with the balls and the
Yeah, let me throw some guidance on that. 24.
When you say it like that, it sounds like a whole bunch of women at a male strip club. They're only perceiving ale and balls. Welcome to Chippendales.
All right, you see one of the dwarves in the corner suddenly throw back his head and belch, the loudest belch that you have ever heard in your entire life. And it roars out before taking on the limited ability, almost like it focuses down to a sound that you can hardly hear, like a banshee scream, and it breaks shatters the glass in front of it before it falls off, and they all start laughing and slapping each other on the back.
Weird. Yeah. I go and communicate this across the psychic link.
Burley's got all kinds of magic food.
I guess so.
And must know how to cook it.
Will you join him? His name is Burley Lecter. So
I feel like we've kind of stepped into Willy Wonka's and Meaty's his cousin's butcher shop.
Something like that, huh?
he will
he
serve you.
offered you undead stew. I'm still waiting to see if they bring it out to you.
Well, they didn't order it, so I was hoping one of you would order it. I wanted to describe it, but there it is.
So you guys know, I do have a chest of preserving that would preserve any such odd foods as you would desire. That's where I was able to give the priest those crab shells that happened at the very first when we joined the party.
Are you going to put giant balls in your chest?
No, I thought that. Never mind.
I was just going to be like, I got Bjorn's balls in my chest. So, all right, enough of that. All right, so unless we want to do more role playing of Burley food, we can
I
get
think
on
we're
to other
good.
things. All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was
So-
an interlude while it lasted.
As the food, the meal begins to wind down, and all of you who have wished to eat outside have eaten outside. One of the priests comes back and he locates Cirrus and also the rest of the group. He goes, the members of our order would like to meet with your entire group as soon as possible, if we could.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Bjorn's drunk.
Uh,
When did I ever stop him?
I can fix that.
Yes, you can.
he looks to Cirrus. He goes, "This is about the item that you brought to our attention. We wish to speak to all of you, though, because some other things have come to our attention as well. Are you willing to come with us?"
Yes.
Last time I trust your asses with a secret, but okay.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you wanted to keep it secret from your companions. Our deepest apologies. Our deepest.
Not the point. I asked to meet with you alone, and now we have an audience. Whatever.
Well,
What I get for trusting a priest.
yes. I apologize vociferously.
Why? Was it your fault in particular?
No, but I am representing my order at the moment.
Oh, no. We don't do that here. If it's not your fault, no need to apologize. We're cool.
Okay, well, very good. If all of you could follow me, I'm sure that we could give you a private moment with the priest before they bring all of you in, if you wish. Would you like that?
I don't. I've heard bad things about private moments with priests.
Okay.
Oh,
Deep.
So you are escorted through several hallways and through a door and up into an upper chamber in one of the lower towers of Candlekeep, where there is a priest of Denier, a priest of Agma, and also there are several priests of various other orders arrayed around as well. In fact, there are a total of 8 clerics within this tower waiting for all of you.
Damn.
I would hope one of Sarah and Ray is there as well.
There is not a priest of Saren Ray.
you are the priest of.
Yes,
It's
there-
pretty much going to be Denier and Ogma here, unless anyone is just passing by.
there's a priest of Denier, a priest of Agma, a priest of Torm, a priest of Helm, a priest of Mistra, and then there are 2 other priests of Denier and 1 more priest of Agma.
Okay.
Not even a priestess of Timora in the house.
There is not.
I guess we just weren't lucky.
They all bow to you as you enter and motion to comfortable seats that have been arrayed around the table. All of you not named Cirrus notice that the black book or the book bound in skin that you found on the ship is on the table between your group and the group of priests who are also sitting now.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Where did you get that?
They all look amongst each other. It was our impression that you wished to consult with us about this book.
I didn't give it to you.
They all look confused, and they're like, well, I guess we're going to have to discipline someone then.
You stole from me.
I did not steal from you. It was brought to our attention by one of our lower ranking members, but if he stole this book from you, he will indeed be punished. In fact, he will be stripped of his being a priest of Denier and excommunicated from Candlekeep forever and shunned by the priesthood.
Damn.
He'll be stripped of the skin in the front of his throat if you don't watch him.
Well, no worries.
Shit.
He will be escorted immediately from Candlekeep, and no priest of Denier will ever give him help ever again. He will be branded.
DM.
God damn.
I'd like to make an insight check.
What will you do when you're branded? Will you fight for your name?
Okay? Yeah.
Now, I assume that the book that was in my pouch is no longer in my pouch.
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh, wait a minute. Back up for a minute. I thought you had given me the book.
No, I handed him a strip of paper with the name of the book. That's
All
why
right.
I'm confused.
Sorry about that. Rewind all that. Get rid of it.
Sorry, that's why Sirius was confused. He thought someone stole from him, and he was
No.
getting so upset because he didn't notice.
I
I
was kind
thought
of.
Sirius.
He keeps saying like, "How did you get the book?"
I thought Sirius was just being serious. So.
Yeah. That's fair too.
Okay.
No,
he goes,
his over-the-top reaction was just because he thought someone managed to steal from him without his noticing.
he's like,
It's not necessarily that it was stolen from you, but it's that you didn't notice that it was stolen from you.
I mean,
But if it wasn't, and it's just the note that got their attention, that makes sense and we're cool.
so all of them bow to you as you enter. I need to know a few things first. Do you have your weapons and armor on you currently?
Yes?
yeah.
So the shield is there.
Yes.
Yeah,
And-
it would have to be.
Bloodthirster is there.
Blood Quencher is
Our
on me,
Blood
and I'm
Quencher?
watching it like I'm watching it like a hawk.
Okay, fair enough. They nod to you, and one of the priests of Denir takes a lead. He's like, "Greetings to you. I am the rector of Candlekeep. We got a message, and I apologize. I know that you wish to be in private, but those who come bearing certain items deserve our full attention so that we may know exactly what it is you seek. You informed of us of a name, but before we utter that name, does the name Jafaz mean anything to you? Elfaz, I should say.
Should it?
Wait, that was in the book too.
The seer Elfaz.
I mean,
don't
not
know
the
that name.
person, but I got the impression that the book was written by that person.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, you mentioned a title, Apocalypto.
Yeah, it had some rather detailed plans on destroying the elves and their gods, and specifically the vivisection of Corellin Lorethian.
You have the book?
I hear
As
this,
well as-
and you can see me kind of like making the sign of Illustri.
As well as the subsequent rise of Loth. Yes,
The book has
have
many
the book.
things in it.
it was fascinating. It was a fascinating read.
Can you put the book on the table?
Are you going to take it from me?
No.
It's magically locked. You should know this. I don't know if you have a way of getting around that, but I didn't really.
Please, just put the book on the table.
I should also mention it bleeds if mistreated, but
Please, just put the book on the table.
Yeah, and you can notice I'm definitely like stepping back a couple of paces.
I want to do an insight check. This insistence on putting the book on the table is making me nervous.
Okay. They seem to just want to see the book on the table.
Would it make a
Answer the
difference if I
question,
bump
Claire.
that up, or is that just what it is?
You could try and bump it up if you want.
Bump it up.
Dang.
They
31.
still seem like they just want to see the book on the table.
All of them? None of them look suspicious to me?
Are you looking at every single one of them?
Yep.
The priest of Mistra and the priest of Helm looked particularly hungry to see the book on the table, desirous to see the book on the table.
So I'm going to look back at whoever has been talking. It seems to be the one in charge. So I just want to be clear. If I choose at the end of this conversation, I can take my book and leave.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
I'm going to look at the two of them while I say that.
You don't need to look at them. We rule here in Candlekeep, and were they to violate our rules, they would not be welcome here anymore.
Oh, well, Nam, I'll say this out of character. I just wanted to see their reactions, honestly, when he agreed to that.
They still look hungry, but they look and they nod to the priest of Denier in the middle.
Okay, I will take it out of my pack and I'll put it on the table.
You see the priest of Helm sucking his breast, and the priest of Mistra recoils a bit. The priest of Denier leans forward. Japhaz, you do not look so well anymore, my old friend.
Wait, what? That's him?
Yes, I thought you knew.
No, but can he hear us and understand?
No. Japhaz
Oh.
went mad, convinced that he knew how the whole plane, all of the multiplanar of our existence were going to end. How it would start with the various invasions of elemental forces. It would lead to wars between demons and devils spilling out onto the mortal realms. And eventually this would spell out beyond that. The gods themselves would die. And as he drove himself mad, he wrote this in his own blood mixed with ink before cutting off his own face and with his last bit of strength, fashioning it into the book you see here.
Yeah, he wrote in some detail about the destruction of all the gods, especially the elven gods, and then the rise of Loth, and a whole bunch of other things about wars of gods and wars between spheres. But mostly I just wanted to apologize for cutting a piece of him off earlier. I didn't realize this was him.
He looks at the book and goes, I do not see any damage to the exterior.
Cirrus will take out a dagger and says, and kind of hold a hand up, just not threatening. I just want to show you. And it'll very lightly, so there won't be a whole lot of blood, trail a slight slit in the top of it, top cover.
Several of them recoil again. He goes,
just watch.
Yes. Thank you.
Does it heal?
Yes, it does.
Okay, that would have been embarrassing otherwise.
They all shake their heads. We'll take your word for the moment of what is within the book. Obviously, as far as we know, no one has ever read the book and maintained hold of their sanity, let alone their life. I knew Elphaz decades ago when he wrote this book, and it has been rumored to be in the hands of several unscrupulous, dare I say, treacherous individuals over the years.
Oh, it absolutely was in the hands of a treacherous individual, the very dangerous hands of someone called Jackie D'Antonio. He was a vampire this time around.
Yes, we know Jackie. She's been in Candlekeep several times before, though she's banned now. Obviously, what we would prefer, though it is not ours to demand or even counsel that you give that what you do with it, but we would prefer that you would leave it here with us to keep safe, unread in Candlekeep and the strictest security, unless someone of particular resolve were able to request that they look at the book, and even then be under very heavy guard. But it is your book. You are in possession of it, so you're free to do what you wish. We merely wish to see it because of something else that has come to our attention. And we will broach that subject in a moment. But first, what is it that you would wish to do with this book?
You know, I'd like to finish reading it, but I suspect that's a bad idea.
Yeah, it worked out so well the first time.
Nope.
Hey, it was very interesting. And if it hadn't started trying to write itself onto my skin, I might have kept going, oh yeah, by the way, it started trying to write itself onto my skin as I was reading it.
And that is unsurprising. I believe that Eliphaz was compelled to write the book by some darker force. And it is that force infused in Eliphaz's own blood that still acts on the book at this moment. But that is only a conjecture, and I, for one, am going to resist temptation to ever look at it.
That is why.
But I say again, what is it you wish to do with this book before we get on to other subjects?
You know, as much as I would like to do the noble thing here and say I would just like to turn it over to y'all for safekeeping, that really grinds at me considering the shit I've sacrificed to get here. Just, and Sears will turn to the others. Do any of you object if we let the nerds keep the book?
Not at all. It's dangerous. I think they're probably best able to take care of it.
Especially considering where we need to go. I do not think it should descend with it there.
No.
All right.
There's pure evil in that book.
There's a tug on your pants leg, Cirrus.
Hey, what's up, Eenie?
Can book kill big head?
No, I don't think it has any information related to killing death tyrants.
Then he immediately loses all interest in the conversation.
Mhm.
Just kind of wanders into the corner. Back.
The only thing I would ask is maybe if I could give you a couple requests for information that some people could look into while we leave because we can't stay long. Innocuous information compared to this, but this book is probably, as much as I would really like to read the rest of it, maybe I could come back to someday and read it under a supervised.
Donating a book
scenario.
such as this.
It's really.
He says, of course, donating a book such as this to Candlekeep.
Well, I mean, I read like
affords. What?
Greg is freezing
Greg
up and
going
then coming
out.
back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
no,
He
actually,
wasn't-
I just stopped talking because Nem was talking and I didn't want to
Okay.
talk over.
He says, donating a book such as this to Candlekeep affords all of you the highest of status as a scholar and visitor to the keep.
I mean, of all the
I
places
never
in the
thought
realm,
scholar would be added to my legend.
Mhm.
of all the places in the realms, this is probably the best place for it. Just keep it safe. I read a few chapters, and while they were absolutely fascinating, it seems odd for me to say they shouldn't be in the wrong hands because God's know mine probably aren't the right ones, but mine are much better than the ones they were in before.
Indeed.
Do you want to hear about the vivisection of Christ? I can tell you about the parts I read.
I absolutely do not want to hear any of it.
Mhm.
So,
Okay, well, if anyone here wants a description of the parts I read, I don't want to repeat it word for word, but I can give you an idea of what kind of stuff he was writing.
I will allow you to speak to one of our other scribes to take it down. But I think that
That might actually be useful information for y'all, is all I'm saying.
I always worry, though, about prophecies and that those who have this knowledge who try and prevent it may end up bringing the prophecy true in the very act of trying to prevent such things.
Yeah, don't become your own grandfather. Got it.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they're used to dealing with prophets, Londo mainly.
But meanwhile, something else has come to our attention. One thing that we have seen, one thing that we have felt, and he looks over to the priestess of Mistra, and one thing that we have been told. So actually, I guess it's three things. It's like first, he looks at Alethea,
Yes.
and priestess of Mistra comes forward.
Mm-hmm.
The sword on your hip. Have you
Yes.
attuned to it?
No, not yet.
Do you intend to attune to it?
That depends on what we find out about it. because I've had doubts about it. I know it's intelligent, it's powerful, but it's also potentially evil.
If you have not attuned to it,
Mm-hmm.
I will compensate you mightily for the weapon to leave with me here tonight.
What is your interest in it?
I intend to destroy it.
Can you
Wow.
compensate with another Vorpal weapon?
No, I cannot.
That's not compensation then.
What were you thinking of for compensation?
I will give you another weapon. I will give you coin. I will give you information. I will do a boon for you at some point. All I wish is I'd be able to dispose of this weapon. Do you know, or have you ever heard of the Dread Plane?
Yes, we had a friend that came from there.
That weapon is the soul of one of the lords of the Dread Plane, imprisoned there by the overlord of the Dread Plane during one of his battles for power. That sword thirsts for blood, control, power, and to return to the Dread Plane to challenge. And he says, to Mister with it, Strahd again.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh.
I was told that it was taken from a dead vampire lord. It was in the possession of a Dao.
That's like the vampire lord, isn't it?
Yeah.
I tell you this with certainty, and no amount. I do not intend to insult you, but you will not resist its call forever. There will come a time when it will force you to attune and become one with it.
What could it
already
potentially
force
do?
You to drink blood once?
Yeah, but I hadn't attuned to it, so you know.
Yeah, and it did that without
Well,
being attuned.
That's my point.
Yeah.
It forced you to drink blood.
It is
without
clearly a
attuning to
dangerous
it.
weapon. It is clearly a dangerous weapon. What would happen? You know, what would happen if I were to attune to it? What would it do?
You and the weapon would become one. Your goals would become one. Your outlook on life would become one. What you wish to achieve in this life and your eventual unlife would become one.
Huh.
Well, what's
No,
it going to do? Turn you into a vampire?
That seems to be exactly what she's saying. Am I reading that correctly?
I do not know. But I guess it is my surmise. We have had word of this weapon for many years. We have tracked it for many years. And this is the first time that we have sensed it. We have seen it. And I will not take it to you by force, but I am telling you now, if you do not hand the weapon to us and leave us, we will mark who you are and that you have that weapon, and we will be watching closely.
Yeah,
Watch us. Tell your friends.
This thing. I agree with you. This thing is evil. As useful as it has been and as powerful it has been, I don't think it would be right. If it is truly that dangerous, I don't think it would be right to take it with me. If you can offer me a weapon of reasonable value, then we can speak no more of it, and I will leave it.
What?
He's like, give me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks out the door.
Before he goes, I want to ask him, I said, before you go, the weapon that you have, that are you thinking, if you can find a blessed weapon to replace the cursed one?
Yes, I am a paladin of Illustrae. If you can find something suitable for a warrior of my faith, then I would appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah, just saying a Holy Avenger would be nice if you happen to have one lying around.
Yeah, so Holy Revenger would be great, but I'm not going to push my luck.
Hey, we lost a psychic dagger in the plains somewhere too. If you happen to stumble on that,
like 4 corpse flower.
Nah, soul piercer. I still have corpse.
Soul piercer.
Yeah.
He says. So the priest of Denir looks around at the 7 other priests that are still there. He goes, "While my associate is gone and consulting, I will move on to other issues. And he looks to Boja. I see that you carry the shield of the hidden lord.
It was taken from Jackie Deotona as we killed her.
Yeah, it was upon her ship, and they were using it to power her ship.
I will say that while it is heartening to see the shield again, I also know what lies within.
It's crowded in there, Sierra says.
Indeed. I also have some inkling of other discussions that are about to take place. It is entirely up to you, priestess, and I salute your purity. I'm not even going to ask if you have attuned to the shield yet, but if certain decisions are made here tonight, do you wish to take the shield to places where those who dwell within might desire to go?
We all know where you're talking about.
Well, not everyone here knows what we are talking about at the moment.
Like, Enie's just staring, like, uncomprehending at the conversation.
As we have just discovered this, and you seem to know more about it than we do, I have touched the sentience in it. I have thanked him for his sacrifice, and am willing to bear his burden as well, if you think it is wise in knowing where we are going.
Hold on for a moment. You got me mid-bite.
Of course.
That is entirely up to you, my lady. I cannot lie and tell you that the shield will not be a boon for you if you take the road that I fear that you must take. But you have to know there is danger on that road as well.
Sirius is looking around to see if any of the other priests in the room look confused when we started talking about where we're going and how not everyone knows about it.
Yes.
Which ones?
All of them except the head priest.
Weird.
I will look at the priest that, as the champion of Sarah and Ray, I go where she guides me to go. Any tool that will assist us in the mission she has sent me on is greatly appreciated.
Very well. I will trust your wisdom then.
I must also warn you of this. When we were in Baldur's Gate, she warned me. You know the name Bane.
All of them kind of look confused for a moment. Bane? He's dead.
Well, yeah, but people who are like still cultishly following him have taken over Baldur's Gate. And that place is pretty much a living hell right now.
Yeah. It does, even if it is not him, clearly those that believe in his principles have taken the place over.
They've chased they've chased your church out of there, and your church, and your church, and your church.
And everybody's church, basically.
Of all the churches within the city.
Yeah. They're not even allowing people to heal there.
The Church of Timora fled to the sewer just to survive.
Yeah.
Well,
our hope is that our hope is that if we can find Grand Duke Ravengard, that perhaps he might help to turn the things around in Baldur's Gate.
That is for others that are here to go back to their orders, but they will, and he looks around, go back, I assume, and bring this word to them. And everybody nods.
Oh, I'm sure everyone will get right on it.
Let us also tell you of this, and I'll tell them of the excursion outside of Baldur's Gate with the undead beholders and whatnot. This is a trap no one should go to. We lost one of our companions there.
And this little bro lost his whole tribe.
Yeah.
Kill big head.
Well.
Dude, who's doing that?
At that point, the priest of Mystra comes back in, and he is bearing a sword with him. Blood, give me a wisdom save, please, Olupia.
Okay,
Ooh.
I can do that.
The sword
Alright.
doesn't leave you. Stay with me, Lutheran.
Yeah.
Again.
No, you're going. 23.
You hear the sword begging in your mind. Please, please, join with us. Join with us.
No. You're.
Google gobble, Google gobble.
I will not bow. I will not bow to Strahd von Zarovich.
It's like, this is a sword of a dead god. The priest of Mystra says, and he holds it up. This was a sword of a god, of a paladin devoted to a god that some think never existed.
Hmm.
And an eye opens on it, and a beam shoots out and strikes Blood Quencher, and Blood Quencher goes silent. This is
Ooh.
a sword of Ao.
Oh shit!
That is some serious power.
What?
And I pray my thanks to Lystri.
He's
She
like,
offered you the sword of the overgod.
Yep.
he's like, this sword, I warn you, we will compensate you in coin as well. The sword is not as powerful as the sword that you are giving me now, but it has other features that you, or other abilities that you will find useful.
Do any of them
thank
involve cutting
you.
people's heads off?
It's
Not a good enough deal.
Yeah. And I pay my respects to Ao as well, since it is his sword.
Okay.
Ew. Ew. Sorry.
You do have to attune to the sword to be able to use it, though. So,
Okay. What does it do?
all right. The sword of Ao is a +3 longsword.
Okay.
already a good start.
It grants you true sight.
Damn.
Site.
It also has the ability to continuously detect evil and detect magic.
Oh
Wow.
my god. Wow.
Oh, the DM is going to regret this.
Or are we? Because we're getting very powerful weapons before we go on our journey.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that means we're going to be running into really nasty things.
I understand that, like just dropping not one but 2 true sights on us, and perma detect evil and detect magic.
It also gives you, and this is the last option, once per day, you can use it as a sort of smiting,
Damn.
and it doubles your smiting damage.
Youch.
Oh, you want to save that shit for a crit.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Quadruple damage.
Yeah. Yeah, because I can't Vorpal anymore. Yeah, but damn good.
All right, that compensates.
Yeah, that compensates.
That definitely. Yeah, more than worth its weight in gold there.
The priest of Mystra turns on her heels and bows to the symbol company, and then conjures a field that encapsulates the sword. She won't even touch it, and raises up Blood Quencher up, and begins to grasp her hands the sword, beginning to be enclosed in this bubble of space, and then the space shrinking down until it's only a black dot, which she then wisps and puts into her pocket and goes, I will now be taking this to be disposed of. Good day to all of you. My business is done here.
It's a long walk to Mountain Doom.
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, it's going to corrupt her before the week's end.
Not only is she a cleric of Mystra, she is also a mage, and she teleports away. So,
Cool.
She doomed.
all right. Finally, there is the last bit of business. This is for me to know, I know alone. But first, a little story. Many years ago, a child was found washed upon the rocks below Candlekeep. It was a tiefling girl. This was before even I came here. That was 150 years ago. She has aged slowly and is now one of the most respected seers in Candlekeep. What is not known, since she has kept it hidden from everyone, and will remain so, unless certain decisions are made here tonight, is that she had a hole in her heart and through her chest, the size of a certain puzzle box.
In the
Nah.
map configuration.
Damn. Big energy, artificial hearts, advanced medicine. We're just the party all over.
He pauses and looks at all of you, waiting to see if you say anything. Over the years, she did intensive study into her nature, where she came from, why it is she survived with this cavity in her chest, and what it meant. Long did she seek a book called Apocalypto.
Oh, wait a second. She's got a heart-shaped box.
Yes.
Nice Nirvana reference.
Yes. Take a point of inspiration for that. Long did she seek a book named Apocalypto, who talked about her fate and her place within what was coming for the world, and how eventually a group of adventurers would come to her place, her dwelling, and their decisions there would doom either her or the world. The door opens, and you see a middle-aged tiefling walk in. She bows to each of you and takes her place at the end of the line of clerics, and then exposes a cleft in between her breasts, and you can see a hole going through that burns with an unholy fire.
Oh,
It's in the
man.
shape of a cube.
That is
She goes-
not a sacred heart.
Sirius says, so if I heard that correctly, we have to choose whether to doom you or the world.
Yes.
I mean,
I
you
am-
seem nice.
I'm going to look at her. There's no other gateway.
There are other gateways. There are always other gateways. They take time. They have dangers. They have pitfalls. And none of them are the swiftest way for you to get to. She looks around to everybody. El Toro. But you don't know all. And I don't know all. But I have been studying for this moment my entire life. I believe that this is the culmination of my life, and that I am prepared to open the box and accept my fate so that you may do what is necessary.
I understand having a calling.
Sorry.
What was that? What'd you say, Greg?
Sirius just said, I'm sorry. He's also running an insight check.
She appears to be absolutely sincere. She still appears to be absolutely sincere, and the other clerics are shocked. Some of them look like they want to say something or argue about what is being proposed, and the lead cleric seems to be holding them all in check with the power of his gaze at the moment.
Sirius will look at the lead cleric and just say, you knew.
Knew what?
That one day we would arrive here as someone like us, and you knew what that meant for, I'm sorry, miss, I didn't get your name. To the tiefling.
Her name is, hold please while I look it up. So,
Loading screen.
Her name is Silvera
Fucker, it's old-fashioned.
Savicus. Silvera Savakis.
Listen. You knew that this introduction was condemning her to death.
I knew when she came to me. She came to me this morning. That's when I knew. She has been fostered here her entire life. Like I said, before I was even born. Silvera has lived 175 years. She has been studying in secret. She is a priestess, a wizard, a seer, a scholar. She has been reading the signs, but we respected her research, and she was not required to report it to any of us. She has been here longer than anyone, and this morning she came to me, said that she had felt it. She had read the signs, seen the portents, understood that her research was culminating, and that this was her time, and I respect it. But
Well,
I'm sure that Silvera will tell all of you that the decision, the ultimate decision, is hers for her part, but yours for your part. We do not compel anyone here. I am no one's master. She comes here of her own free will, but I knew what it is that you carried through various means, or I suspected. I suspect now where it is that you must go one way or the other. And so I gave counsel, and I wish to see if indeed you were the ones bringing Apocalypto to my domain that I am currently the steward of. Not only did you, but the prophecy was right. The portents, you have chosen the harder path to leave it here instead of the forbidden knowledge it contains. So now it is up to you what you will do. I can't predict what your path will be. I know where that you will probably end up, but how you get there is entirely up to you. But your fate is entwined on one path with that of Silvera, and I think she is resigned to it, but I will not speak for her. And Silvera nods again and covers up the hole in her chest. I have lived a good life. I have lived a studious life. I have lived a life away from my father. Excuse me. I'm sorry, gentlemen. And she looks back, and ladies, she looks back at the priest. Damn him, though he is. May Asmodeus burn in the 9 hells.
Did he do this to you?
I do not know. I am his child. That is all I know.
We have no love for him either.
But now
although he makes a damn good meal.
I am here, and you are here. And even from this distance, as she looks right at Eleuthera, I could feel the part of me that is missing.
Yeah. Who has the puzzle box? If it's, I guess if we do, then I guess we present it.
All right.
I guess at this point it would be in your new bag of holding.
Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah, yeah, we'll go ahead and take it out.
As long as it's not in Bjorn's bag of holding, I'm fine.
Nobody wants to be in that bag of holding.
Yeah, that's more like a bag of molding.
Yeah.
And so, gentlemen, ladies, assembled priests, we have done our part. We are only stewards here and keepers of knowledge. And even those orders who wish to steer world events have no power here in Candlekeep. We will
Don't
leave
you even
now.
want to know what this is about?
For us to know,
to the high priest.
would it help us want to be less involved and not want to interfere in things that are unfolding if we were to know what all this was about?
You know what, bro? I'd like to wash my hands of it too, but that's kind of cowardly being you're facilitating it.
Mm,
Whatever.
mm. We came across it by chance. We were transported here and came on the way to El Terrell and found it there.
I just get tired of watching other people die because of other beings' plans that we.
Yeah, we've lost too many as it is.
Yep.
We die, we stay dead. They die, they pop up a 10-day later.
Trying to kill us.
He
Yeah.
looks at you.
All
He's like,
to fulfill their plans that they put in place centuries ago.
believe me, though you may not believe it, I understand. I sit on the greatest repository of knowledge in all of the realms. I could possibly throw it open to hundreds of scholars and mages to come from all over the world trying to find a way to circumvent whatever it is that you are trying to stop. And I have some inkling of what it is. But just as likely, I could unleash unspeakable evil on the world through those actions as well. I do not know.
They, and Sears points to everyone else in his party, they want to restore Elturel to its proper place on Faerun and get involved in the blood war for, must be said, are pretty noble reasons.
He nods. Do you think that's all there is to this? Unless I'm mistaken, you have already fought elemental princes of evil. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is true.
And now there's...
we defeated Yansi Bin.
And unless I'm mistaken, and he looks at all of you closely, I have met those who have talked to the gods themselves. Have you talked to the gods themselves?
Why I'm here.
We had tea with
various degrees.
I am a priest of Tempest.
Tempest scolded me.
Yes.
My goddess remains silent, but my understanding is that she's weaker than she once was.
Gaknulak.
Tamora giggled.
He's like, he looks to Silvera and says, if I may, for a moment. I said, yes, please. And he reaches into his desk and brings out a tome. He's like, whichever one of you, I don't want to be accused of maybe casting some glamour or something, though evidently, depending on with the weapons and shield you have, I couldn't fool you anyway. Turn to page 170 of this tome.
Cirrus will walk up and turn to it.
It's like, as you're turning the pages, know that this tome was written before Silvera was even born, 670 years ago, by a sage in Haurua. As you turn, it's beautifully illustrated, and the illustrations seem to move. And as you get to page 170, you see Asmodeus leering at you out of the pages, and you see a vast, barren plain filled with rotting flesh and unholy sulfur. And across this plain, there are 5 figures. But when you look more closely, there are 7 figures moving across it. And there are 2 figures crossed out next to it. One looks like a certain Eladrin. Another looks like a certain warlock who recently just passed, crossed out. And the 5 that are there, actually 7, with all of Eenie Meenie's various incarnations, are clearly depicted on the page, walking and fighting across this barren plain.
It's like Enie's like climbed up on his own shoulders to like look at this, and he like recoils at the sight of it, like looks up the priest, looks back at the picture. It's like,
No big head. Big head. Eenie, kill. Big head.
No, Amy, but you've been written into our story now, so my apologies. But
The priest shakes his head. Is like, I wish you hadn't said that. And he reaches to close the book. Do you let him close the book or not?
no, I put my hand on it. Why?
As he says that, you see your party as Asmodeus retreats off the page, and you see a giant dragon with 5 heads of different colors emerge. And your party is fighting it.
Oh,
Oh
damn.
my god.
Okay, but what does this have to do with
He's about to
my
have an orgasm.
talking to Eenie Meenie?
His queen.
Yes.
Like, do you have an actual map of probabilities here that you're not showing me?
No. But I have something else. This was given into my keeping 25 years ago. I was told to hand it to Cirrus, believe it or not.
Great. Happy birthday to me. What is it?
Hold on for a moment.
No
So
understand.
There's no mention of Bjorn in there? It just says Cirrus?
No
This man
understand.
came to us, handed this to me, insane, and promptly died, and said to hand this to Cirrus for safekeeping.
Oh,
Is this
shit.
a map of Avernus?
It is a map of Avernus.
No, just,
Is that
just
Lord?
above the corner. Yeah. Where the shadows lie, yeah.
We shall take the eagles this time.
So, crazy man handed you this map a quarter century ago.
It does have a little bit of a Tolkien flair to it, doesn't it?
Yes,
It does, yeah.
Nicely done.
and asked me to give it to a half-elf named Cirrus, who exactly met your description.
A name I wasn't even using yet, but I guess that would hardly surprise me.
Mm-hmm.
Such is the way of prophecy.
It's not right. No, not right.
He nods to you. I agree. It is not right. And it's not even for us to understand, though I wish I could. Believe me when I tell you. And he looks at all the fellow priests and they nod. All of us curse our gods and goddesses at different times, frustrated at things we do not know or things they ask of us. Ask
No.
even your most devout friend.
Like
I know,
think
right?
anybody curses
They keep
gods as
just
much as we
asking
do.
us for stuff, but then when we ask for anything in return, it's suddenly no, it's against the rules.
It's not for me to understand, but that is my faith. I try to understand as much as possible, but I am who I am and you are who you are, and you have your own choices to make.
Yeah.
And with your leave, we will leave you to discuss those with Savara, or I will dismiss them and I will stay here to mediate if you wish. Believe me, I do not wish to step away from this. I just do not know what part I am to play in this at this point, or what I could even do to help.
I mean, I don't. If you
We're going to
say-
need a way into Avernus. That was one of the reasons we came.
Eenie, meenie, miny breaks down from his stack into 3 and it starts arguing fiercely amongst himself in Draconic.
Mm,
Okay?
yeah.
He says, I'll leave you with this. Even if we were to go and raise the mightiest armies to try and sack Avernus or whatever it is we're doing, would that mean that then they would raise armies to head us off in this plane? What would it like if they were able to bring infernal armies into this plane to fight against them? What would it mean for all of the people, the various cities? I don't think it's fair what is being done here or what is possibly being asked of you. And I would not blame you if you decided to turn your back on the whole thing. That is up to you.
I don't know about
I cannot.
But
If
there's
this
already-
strengthens Lolth, I am duty bound to go.
But there's
We're just-
already an abysmal army that's taken over Fort Morning Lord.
I have heard those reports. Luckily, it seems to be contained within Fort Morning Lord at the moment. And it is a strange thing what is going on there. There is much more going on than we understand. I know that for sure.
We've been tasked, for lack of a better term, with prolonging the blood war.
Jennifer, you had a question?
No, I just made a comment that
Wow.
we were tasked to reset the balance.
We were tasked to prolong the blood war.
At
Sirius
this,
turns to
the
his
priest-
allies says, and just so you know, it is taking every ounce of my strength and against my better judgment to just not walk straight the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm. But if
Let's
the
talk
prophecy is
it out
true, there is no getting away from this.
Prophecy can attend to itself. It's
Fair
not
enough.
my problem.
I would tend to agree with your friend Cirrus. Prophecy can attend to itself. Heroes make their own decisions, and prophecy, I don't want to be clever, but I'm going to be. And he kind of chuckles at his own little joke before realizing that it's inappropriate. Prophecy can be self-fulfilling. Whatever it is you choose to do, people can interpret prophecy, or books such as these can reassemble themselves. Obviously, one of the things you'll notice is that at one point, there were two other people within the book who have now been X'd out. And my apologies to all of you to what that I believe means.
It means what you think it means. That he points to Houdunnit. That one died fighting a death tyrant, and oh, I killed him twice.
Ah, well, congratulations, I guess. No, he didn't say that. He says, my apologies. But as you can
bring up
see,
heroes and decisions, and
yes, none of this is exact. I'm sorry. We're dealing with the realms of gods and prophecies and the infernal and a whole host of chaotic and non-chaotic and outer planes, things that are so fantastic in the worst way that they could rip our minds apart. And somebody somewhere has put all of you on this path. I know that is not the inspiring speech for you to go charging off into Avernus, but I must be honest with you. But whatever it is you choose, we will be here to document it and honor your choice and honor whatever happens. But it is obvious already that you are people of means who have done great things for the realms.
well, the gods were trying to choose heroes for their little crusade. I can speak only for myself, but they chose poorly.
And he starts pounding his chest, and synchronicity is like, no great things. No great things. No great things.
Are you destined for great things?
Prophecy, lie, lie, lie.
Indeed, it might.
Had prophecy, yes, yes, yes. Had destiny, yes, yes, yes. Lie, lie, lie. Clan dead, dead, dead. Fail, fail, fail.
So,
Prophecy,
He spits on the floor.
prophecy, prophecy.
He goes, kind of sulks in the corner.
I will leave it with all of you. Do you wish us to stay or wish me to leave? Should I send Silvera back to her
Oh, you can stay.
chambers? I will dismiss these gentlemen.
Well,
and
only
as
if
they're
she
about to
wishes
go,
backward.
the priestess at helm turns around and goes, I have to speak. I could summon 1,000 paladins here within the month, and we could storm Avernus. Our holy power could quench and destroy the blood war. And all of them kind of go, oh.
Did Zariel not say the same before she fell?
It's like they all kind of, one of the priests kind of takes him by the hand. He's like, we've had this discussion. And they go outside. They're arguing quietly as the door closes behind them, leaving only the priest of Denir, Silvara, and your group.
Yeah.
Please, when the priestess of Helm calms down, someone may want to remind her or inform her. Her god doesn't want the blood war ended or stormed or conquered. Her god, like all of them, wants it to continue just as it is, and they will go to no small lengths to ensure that happens.
Yeah.
She should pray on that.
Yeah.
Look at Cirrus laying down sermons. So,
I just
all right,
gonna
but
say- and he says he is not a priest.
Mhm.
so what do y'all want to do? Silvera looks at you expectantly.
You
But
really
she is-
want to die for this lady?
How do you want me to answer? Do I want to die? Does anyone? No. I've lived a good long life, though. I'm prepared. I have prepared for this moment. I know possibly what my dying will mean, although to make my death absolutely mean something, I put my life in your hands as well.
All right. I think the remaining question is, how do we get into Avernus? We have the map once we're there, but how do we reach it?
Well, I'm just winging a guess here, says Cirrus, but he points to the puzzle box. Key, and he points to the tiefling. Lock. At least that's the impression I'm getting.
Yes. And we will have to leave Candlekeep, because Candlekeep is warded against planar gates or a means of transportation to other realms.
Okay.
Smart.
Would you happen to know of a way back once we head out?
No. I know what my part is that I have to play, I believe.
Okay.
I have done my research on how we will open this box and expose the secrets within, and your way without, or outside of our realm, I should say.
I mean, Asmodeus will get us out of Avernus. I'm just not sure where he'll get us to.
And I'm not,
Nope.
yeah, and I don't trust him to give us a return trip without a heavy price.
She recoils. Don't trust him. Don't ever trust him.
Way ahead of you.
I am not no arguments on that.
If you will give me the evening, then I would like to say goodbye to a few friends, and I will join you in the morning. It is a short journey to where we need to go, but there is a place. It is up the coast just a bit. It's a place that I picked out for myself, and it happens to be one of my favorite places, and it also so happens to be a place of importance.
Okay. I have no problems with that. Make your peace.
I can get us back to this plane.
Okay.
I have planar shift, but I would need a fork attuned to this place to get us back.
What
Well, you
does it
can't-
take to attune a fork?
I look at the priest is like, can you assist us with this?
You can't planar shift into Candlekeep, but a fork from somewhere outside of Candlekeep, perhaps. In fact, I will send a runner. There is an inn a few hours journey from here where some who do not wish to stay in Candlekeep stay and then come into the keep itself. I will ask them for a fork, and I will have it.
When the spell component talks about a fork, it doesn't mean like a salad fork. It means like a tuning fork.
Right. Right. I will ask them for.
Just so you know.
I heard there was a small town called Hales Bounty a few hours up the road north.
I was thinking of Hale's Bounty when you mentioned that.
And I will have them attune an item to that end.
Okay.
All right. So
Just don't mention his daughter.
Yeah.
Oh,
The next morning dawns.
yeah, not quite.
Okay.
He still has a purpose for coming to this place, no matter what's been revealed.
Okay.
He needs to go to the library, and he needs to know about death tyrants.
Okay. He could do the research. Is he going to do the research? Or is he going to ask someone else to do the research?
He really doesn't understand how libraries function, so he's just going to go around asking for like big head.
Okay.
I will ask him, would you like me to accompany you to facilitate his research?
Must know how to kill big head.
I agree. He killed someone dear to me as well.
You were able to stay up the entire evening and finish enough research to understand some key things about death tyrants. They are beholders, but they are the most ancient beholders who have become the beholder equivalent of a lich, and who are able to, whose very will of wanting to dominate other beholders causes them to kill other beholders and bring them back under their control by resurrecting them or raising them as undead beholders in their service. To kill them,
Damn.
it's as simple as killing any other thing, which is hit it enough until you kill it. But how the death tyrant has the ability to, through glance, to bring all manner of objects back from the dead and under its control, and killing
trees.
Yes.
Eni is keenly aware of two particular abilities. He knows it can resurrect things. He knows it. Well, I should say three. He knows it can disintegrate things, and he knows it can charm things from personal experience.
It also has all of the other abilities of any normal beholder that you would be able to find. But there is one caveat for certain death tyrants. There is a rumor that there are tyrants who, as they bring other beholders under the control, increase their abilities with each death tyrant or with each beholder that they bring into their domain, so that eventually they have armies of undead, not only beholders, but thralls of those that they have also enslaved who serve them. And that to kill such very powerful death tyrants, you must bring them down to a state of near death a number of times equal to their servants that are still alive.
Damn.
Eni just heaves a
Because
huge.
killing regular beholders wasn't hard enough.
Eni heaves a like Bojo will see Eni heave a huge sigh as he reads that.
And Sirius is going to find that acolyte that he said he was going to leave a few requests with.
Yep.
And let's bring it to you.
Okay.
Oh, crap. Okay, it was supposed to be all whisper, but some of it popped up.
Yeah, I'm not going to
Everyone,
look at
please
it.
ignore that.
Yeah, not looking at it.
All right.
Eni will stand up a little straighter. He'll hold his spear in front of him. The spear made out of shards of bone. Maybe even, if you're looking at it, Bud, if you're studying it, like it's possible that the spearhead is actually perhaps a horn, claw, tooth of something gigantic. And then the shield made from the skull of a giant. Caress the skull he wears and the black fur cloak. Punishment. Penance.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just doing my prayer to Illustri, and I'm also going to be attuning to the Sword of Ao.
Okay.
I'm feeling we're going to need that.
Sears is
Sears?
just going to go sit outside near the place where they were serving food and play his loop for a while.
You are told that they will do this research for you, and they will have it available for you. I can't have it available for you this evening, though. So.
Oh no, I know when and if he returns.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the messages he would
Oh,
need if
yeah.
they could send.
Yeah. And I just remembered one thing. I would like to look up any possible cures for vampirism.
Okay. They will look that up for you. If you make it back, they will have it available for you. So.
Awesome.
Okay. Anything else this evening?
I think that's pretty much it.
I doubt Bjorn is still awake.
Bjorn, would you like some more brandy and brains? Maybe some breast and balls.
No, I'm passed out drunk already.
They were gift wrapped in a giant silver swan and sent to your room. So you've never seen anything quite like it. It's called they called it a doggy bag, and you're worried that it's made out of actual dogs. So all right.
Or it could just be the dog was made into a bag.
This is true. The next morning dawns, and Silvara is there waiting for you. There's no one there to say goodbye.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that.
She is waiting at the gates for all of you.
All right.
Let's do it.
I'm assuming I received the tuning fork.
Yes. It's a tune. It's actually is a flagon, and they say it is attuned to the inn. So keep it safe.
Oh,
Keep it secret. Keep it safe.
just made Bjorn's day. When we return home, it's to a bar.
Yep.
All right.
Got that to look forward to now.
Silvara looks at all of you and goes, "Are you ready?"
Yes.
As much as we ever will be.
I go up to her and hold her hands with like the thanks of Sarah and the blessings of her upon you.
Please do not let me falter. Whatever happens. You walk for a few hours along the coast until you eventually come to a cliff. There are several weathered stones here reaching up to the sky. They look like they have been here for centuries. And they form almost like they lean in towards each other, almost as they are meant to meet at the top to form almost like a cathedral or an archway or something. And she pauses there for a moment. She goes, No time like the present, please. Put the puzzle box down there on the stone in the middle between the 4 standing stones.
All right. I'll go ahead and do that.
She goes, things may go quickly here. Make sure that you take note of everything that's seen. I know through my studies that there is more to this puzzle box than merely my fate and the fate of all of you who will shortly be going to a place I hope that I never have to see. I pray to Dedir that he takes me into his bosom after all of this.
Yeah. Blessings of my goddess be upon you as well. May your soul go somewhere better.
She nods, prays for a moment, and then takes a black liquid in a crystal decanter and a dagger out of her belt and slices open her arm and pours her blood into the decanter. The liquid begins to boil and then settles down and begins to glow, humming slightly. And she pours it onto the puzzle box. The blood trickles through the puzzle box, the various grooves and ink, and pieces of the puzzle box. And I should show you what is going on now. Hold on. Don't do that.
Name of the gods.
Oh, nice art.
The puzzle box begins to swirl. The various carvings and stuff filling with the blood, and it begins to unfold. And she throws her head back, semi-conscious, as you see a series of images begin to flash past you. And there is a voice in all of your head, almost as if it's imparting information to you. And it says the following in Silvera's voice. So much was revealed. Now, at the moment of my death, do I understand where all of this came from. Beware, the High Overseer of Elturel. We should have been suspicious of him. But no one wanted to hear those concerns because Thavius Krieg was regarded as a hero, a holy man who saved his city from an undead scourge and preserved the holy nation of Elturgard. He was hailed as a savior, and Thavius made all the citizens of Elturel, and she begins to weep as you see images sweep by as hundreds of years ago, Thavius did this. And you know that Thavius was still the ruler of Elturel when it disappeared, which is unusual. Thavius made all the citizens of Elturel swear an oath called the Creed Resolute, which binded them to defend the nation of Elturgard. We should have been suspicious of his long life, but we weren't. We only knew that he was a holy man, and it's assumed that he was devoted to the gods. But secretly, he used the puzzle box and made them swear the Creed Resolute to bind them to devils, to Asmodeus, the city, the souls, all those who guarded the city bound to that devil in return for a pact of 50 years of safety, of false piousness, until the city was swallowed in the infernal bargain so Asmodeus could use it as a bargaining chip. This is the original sin, which has now brought about this dire situation. And she looks back, and her tears begin to pour forth and burn on the ground. And you see a holy symbol beginning to etch itself, a symbol of magic and the holiness of Denier erecting around herself. And she looks at all of you one by one and says, "Do you understand?"
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Very well, then. Prepare. You will go before me where I cannot go, where I will not go. I know now Denier awaits me. And the box embeds itself in her chest, and you hear a horrible ripping sound. And with a final scream, her body is torn apart and forms a blood gate of sinew and steam and sulfur and blood and screams. And as her body expires, the gate opens and the city of Elturel awaits you beyond. And I think I'm going to call it there for the night, unless you wanted to go to Elturel and then call it then. So, up to you.
Either way, we can walk through next week first thing.
Well, let me do this. Do you walk through, I guess?
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
All right, I want to do something a bit before that. It's like
When you walk through, okay.
I want to do something a moment before that. Before watching her transform into the gate, Eni clutches his spear all the more tightly, staring at it. And he looks, as you guys start stepping through, he grabs at Boja's robes.
I'll look down at you.
And there's like, for the first time since you've met this fearsome little trio of creatures, his eyes look wide and afraid. And he's like, big head.
Will be dealt with. But these must be taken care of first before we can defeat him. You have my word. We will come back.
Yeah. We wanted to
Queen.
avenge our friend too.
Queen hate me. King hate me.
King Bahamut.
Baphomet?
Yes, yes.
And
King,
Queen Tiamat?
queen. Yes.
Hate you?
yes.
Why would Tiamat hate you?
Because Eni fail.
You haven't failed. You're just not done yet.
Tribe gone. Gone. Eni protector. Explain. You know kobolds. No. Kurt Lomac. War god. Kobold. Best kobolds. Best warriors. Come back. Born again. In egg. But Kurt Lomac, not only god of kobolds. No. They're also Gak Nulak. Gak Nulak, god of protection, thievery, stealth, tricksy. Kurt Lomac, good, strong, but straight. Not forward. Kurt Gak Nulak. Subtle. He changed things according to shamans. Eni, not reborn hero one. No. Eni, reborn warrior 1, 2, 3, 4 in one egg. Warrior, champion, protector. Then big head come. Big head come and kill all. Big head kill fourth brother. Mori. Raise Mori up as undead thing. Charm. Eeny, meeny, miny. And protectors. Kill own tribe. And he holds up the spear. Kill young dragon, our dragon.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Eeny,
That's messed up.
meeny, miny, Mori, cursed, damned, king, queen, all kobold, hate me. Must avenge. Must kill big head. But not strong enough. Have hunted things to make stronger. Have hunted giants. Have hunted displacer beast have made spear out of dragon, but cursed. Shield hate any, spear hate any, everything hate any, and is deserved, is punished. And now must go. Now must go to where Queen waits.
You go there to become stronger, to be able
Yes.
to come back and defeat him. We will be at your side.
We will
Go.
defeat powerful and evil things that will make you stronger.
She will crush soul. There will be no redemption. No. His final end. Help.
I was saving this for another moment, but as Eeny Meeny goes through this, all of you sense something for a moment. And you see the blue glow outline of a certain rabbit sorcerer emerge for the moment, standing in Elturel. He holds up his hand and waves. I am here. They couldn't subdue my spirit and capture me. In fact, I met a friend. Don't worry. We'll be around to help you every now and then. And you see an elf walk around the corner and goes, I don't know. He looks a little cute. Not my type, but we'll see what happens. I'm up for a little mischief. Come deeper in, my friends, and bring your little eeny, meeny, miny. We've been watching him. We have all sorts of tricks to play. And don't worry, battles will be fantastic. And the sex will be even greater still, even for those of us who are of the spiritual type. Come on, come with us. Adventure awaits.
Help me.
And the two of them appear behind you, not able to come out of the gate and reach out their hands to Eeny, Meeny, Miny.
I go down, I'm on their level, and I reach out to them. I will help you. Let me be your strength.
He kind of brokenly nods and just reaches out and takes your hand.
You don't have to face her alone.
She is God.
Houdunnit
Oh, yeah.
spirit goes, you better hurry and get in here, Bjorn, or I'm going to make sure that I whisker away all of the hellish mead that is waiting for you somewhere far away where you could never find it. Give a laugh. Come in.
All right, Bjorn starts going in.
Mm. Yeah. I'm not fully sure I trust this, but I go in.
I will lead Meeny, Miny in.
Sirius is just shaking his head and he'll follow them in. Dumbest idea ever.
Yes.
And I think we should all take a moment to recognize the gravity of my saying that.
Yes.
I can't even remember the name of my NPC. What was his name? There was Burley, and what was the Eladrin's name? Why am I forgetting it? I'm having a
Carl?
brain fart. Yeah, Carlsruhe. I'm having a brain fart. Carlsruhe laughs and looks at Sirius. He goes, well, if nothing else, we could do the jingle janks for them, but come on in. The water's fine.
That's how you know it's hell.
Don't push it, Greenie.
Oh, I'm not green right now. I am bright red and ready to kick a little ass. And I see that Eleuthera has brought my weapon. Perhaps I'll claim it again.
Yeah. It is yours once we're through this and you're alive again.
There are worse things than being in corporeal spirit, killing the demons of hell for a while until you caught up. So we got away through that one over there. And Houdunnit nods. Yes. There is no trap that could hold Houdunnit, even in Avernus. You know, nobody could keep up with the magic of Houdunnit. We were able to get away rather simply, and so we have been wreaking a little mischief, as it were. Yes. And Carlsruhe goes, so.
Oh, geez. I just, of the two of them together, wreaking mischief. Woo.
Wreaking havoc is more like it.
So, are you ready to step into Avernus?
As ready as we'll ever be.
I done stepped in.
All right, the two of them.
Bjorn heard hell whine, and he was all in.
They streak down and disappear, streaking off in silvery lights towards the city as you emerge. As you step through the gates, you see emerge into the city. It's almost like you fell downwards, and suddenly are standing in a city street, and you see this image in front of you, standing on the streets of Elturel. A hot, stinging air assaults your senses. The city street in which you stand is lined with buildings that are crumbling, if not already collapsed. Dead civilians line those streets with bodies and blood smeared on the walls as if there's already been some sort of massacre. The ground shudders
beneath.
beneath.
An image?
I did. Did you see it, or did you get rid of it?
I'm not seeing it.
Oh, it was the same one that it was
the rival in Elturel thing.
It was the same one that was already up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ground shudders beneath your feet. In the red, smoky sky, a 400-foot diameter sphere of darkness discharges strokes of bluish-white lightning down into the city that strike at irregular intervals. Perched atop a distant bluff overlooking the rest of the city is a crumbled fortress. There are chains anchoring the city to various points to a plain far distant outside of the city itself. So distant that you are wondered that you could see it at all, and your mind boggles at the sheer magnitude of the distance that you're able to take in, as if you were able to see all of creation at once and none of it at the same time. And with that, we will end this session.
Mm.